G'day, folks. It's the Maple Monkey here again with another live playthrough for you. We're going to be playing our second mission of G.I. Joe Operation Cobra, which we're very excited to be back. We actually have a new player to the ranks as well. We've got a new Joe has signed up, and we're back with Nelly. Dave had to make his apologies. He can't join us as well. But welcome, Nelly Nell, one of the premier homebrewers from the Marvel United, or I guess Simon United Discord community there, and just the Simon United community in general. And we have Andrew Fantasia from Digital Charcuterie and his own YouTube channel as well, Andrew Fantasia, with the Fanny Awards there as well. So welcome, guys. We are very excited because this is, I believe, not quite on Tabletop Simulator yet. They're going to release, I think, OC Games, who are making the G.I. Joe Operation Cobra game, which is currently on Gamefound. They have made this second mission, and I think they're going to make it live on Tabletop Simulator soon. So this is a bit of a sneak preview of it. So this will be a good chance for us to sort of battle our way through it. If we run into any questions or hiccups or anything like that, it'll be a chance for those guys to see it in sort of real time and see how people interpret the game and that sort of thing as well. Maybe before they sort of put it out to the general public as well. So that's pretty exciting. So how are you? How are you both? How have you been, Nelly?
Doing good. Can't complain.
Excellent. We've made Major Blood very angry from our last game, Nelly. So we're going to have to watch out for him. And Andrew, how are you going?
Not too shabby, my friend. It's been a crazy little while here as I started my journey as a university student on top of being an adult. So
yes,
it's been wacky. This past week, I wrote a science paper, and I wrote a science paper is something I never thought I would have to say in my life, but here we are.
Well, we thank you for taking the time to join us here and have a bit of a time out from that and have some fun in the jungle. So that's cool. That's all right. Do you have much background? I think we've talked a little bit about G.I. Joe back when we were sort of talking about ideas for IPs for Marvel United and that sort of thing. And I think from memory, you're not like super familiar with them, or they weren't like one of your main sort of childhood games, were they? Or what's your familiarity with them?
Oh, that's right. I was kind of introduced to them through my buddy Ryan, who I told about this. He might be watching the live screen right now. So hello, Ryan. Yeah. Ryan's a huge G.I. Joe fan, and as soon as you told me about this, awesome. I thought of him.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, dude, you got to check out this game because it's probably going to be your favorite game. I never grew up with this. I know if I had been, even though I was born in the 80s, I was born in the late 80s, but if I had been like an 80s kid, I really would have been into He-Man. I think that would have been my jam first and foremost. But I like the idea of G.I. Joe. And based on everything I have seen, like the people at OC Games, they are really leaning into the fun of this and like the beautiful presentation. Like I know maybe not 100% of this is indicative of what the final game is going to be, but OC Games, let me just say right off the bat, these multicolored minis, if that's what they're really going to be like, yes, please. Yes, please.
Well, we'll take that as some good feedback for them, because I'm sorry to burst your bubble here, Andrew, but they're actually in the TTS mod, at least they're all grey, right? They're all the same color grey, and I've gone in and changed the color tint on these to make it easier for us to see what we're doing, because I know I would be grabbing the wrong model every time. so yes, but that's excellent feedback, I think. And I think going through the comments in the Gamefound page, I think someone had come up, had mentioned that, hey, can you make sure the at least the different bad guy classes or something are different colors so we can differentiate them, sort of thing. So I think that would be a really good user-friendly sort of thing as well. So yeah, excellent. So that's a good point. But yeah, you know, they're definitely leaning into the fun, I think, from what I've sort of played so far. So that's pretty cool. I just thought, so apologies for folks. I hope I don't shut down the stream here. I just wanted to show folks what we're talking about here. So I'm going to hopefully not shut everything down here. I'm going to present. I'm going to stop screen. Then people must enjoy like hearing someone who doesn't know how to use the computer very well talk through each of the steps that they're doing here. But I'm going to try and just show folks now. Hopefully I can just pick this one thing here, share. So hopefully can you guys see the G.I. Joe Operation Cobra Gamefound page now?
Yep.
Yep, excellent. So I just wanted to show folks what we're talking about here. This is the G.I. Joe Operation Cobra. This is just a preview page. And you can see at the top of the section here, they've got their comment section here as well. And if we scroll down, you can see a bit more information about the game here. So if you're interested in this, you can check it out. This is where to go. I've put a link in the description of this video to this website as well. So if you have any feedback for us or for OC Games or questions for them, come here and you can put your questions in here. They are pretty responsive. You can see they sort of respond in the comments there. Or feel free to leave some. I'm just going to stop sharing that one. Hopefully get back to this screen and then present the game again. Now let's go window, tabletop simulator. There we go. All right, everyone can see what we're doing. So yeah, leave some comments here, either in the live chat. Feel free to jump in and have a chat to us or ask us some questions and things like that. But also you can leave comments here on this video, and you know, that might be that they might see that as well, because OC Games did see our last playthrough, which is why they've invited us to come in here. And what's really cool about this, Andrew, is they've actually made some changes since our last video, based on, I think, I'm assuming, some of the comments that we were making, some of the questions and stuff we had. So, for example, awesome. They had things like these inspiration tokens had a different symbol on them, even though the symbol for being inspired was this symbol. Then the token you had to look for had a completely different symbol. So they've sort of changed a few little things like that we made comments on. I think there was something similar with the disorient token. They had, when you get disoriented, which had a little symbol showing this thing, you had to go find a token that had like a ninja star on it or something like that. So. So yeah, they've made a few little changes and bits and pieces there. They've clarified some questions we had about distance for attacking and stuff like that as well. So that's been pretty cool. So folks, we'll get into it. I don't know if we'll go through a full sort of description of the rules. I think we sort of maybe will explain things as we go on. Andrew's going to need a little bit of a guide just to get started, sort of thing. But if we have a look here, we've got our three Joes here. I've chosen Duke, team leader, and large commando combat knife specialist, because that's something I really remember about Duke from the comics and the toy. No, I thought I'd choose something here because of our mission. It's a big silent knife, so that might be a bit of a theme throughout our weapons here. Andrew is going to roll with Scarlet, who is very cool. She could almost take this whole mission on by herself. We are not going to be using Roadblock. We're playing a 3-player game today, so we're going to retire him a little bit for this game. But since this new mission, one of the exciting things about this mission is they've added in some streamlined, not fully fleshed out completely yet, but they have added some streamlined rules for stealth. So it won't be the full stealth package that you get in the finished game, but in the quick start rules, they've added some stealth rules, and that allows us to make the most out of Snake Eyes, who has a lot of special rules that revolve around using some stealth. And Snake Eyes is going to bring along his little pet Timber as well.
Now,
Will,
Nelly,
I think...
because you're playing Snake Eyes, does that mean you're not allowed to speak to us for the remainder of the stream?
Oh, no.
All right, I'm gonna click the mute. Oh, but I have something important to say though.
He's just gonna like sign language and the thing. Yeah, I think we're gonna maybe. I need someone who can talk. I need Nelly who could be someone who can talk, because I feel like
I'll type in the comments.
he's gonna correct a lot of mistakes that I'm making too. So, but here we have Timber up here as a little token sort of thing as well.
Nice.
Yeah, Timber deploys adjacent to me.
Yeah, sweet. So that's pretty cool. So let's set the scene for folks at home. So Andrew, pull up a chair. I'm going to put on my smoking jacket and sit in a nice velvet velour couch sort of thing, and have my pipe, and I'm going to read you the story. Here we go. Hopefully I can read it. Nope, I cannot. I can't get that close. Hold on.
Would you like me to read?
That's right. I'm gonna do my best to squint. Here we go. So, after narrowly escaping Cobra's secret facility, the G.I. Joe team, I thought that was a swear word for a second, the G.I. Joe team finds themselves deep in the heart of the jungle. They've managed to secure a sample of Cobra's mysterious development, but their respite is brief. All night they've been relentlessly pursued by Cobra patrols, orchestrated by the cunning Major Blood, who, having swiftly recovered from his injuries, has been coordinating the search with relentless passion. As dawn breaks, the first light reveals a glimmer of hope. A Cobra Fang aircraft, having completed its night patrol, descends and lands not far from the team's position. This vehicle is their ticket out. If the Joes can capture the Fang, they can escape the jungle and deliver their critical intel, despite Major Blood's persistent and well-organized pursuit. And so if we zoom over this way, so here we are, we're sort of running through the jungle. And if we have a look over here, this mission objective 1 here represents this Cobra Fang helicopter. So that's where we need to get to escape. However, it's only a 2-man craft. So there's 3 of us. So we're going to have to draw straws to see, or maybe scissors, paper, rock, to see who stays behind. All right. No, Joe's leave no man behind, or no Scarlet. So when we're playing, you may have noticed, actually, let's go over and have a look. You may have noticed the mission 2 symbol here. We can steal this motorcycle too. So because there's 3 of us in this game, one of us is going to have to escape either on the motorcycle or the aircraft, and the other 2 are going to have to escape on either or sort of thing. So that's the idea. Let's go through our mission objective here. We have to escape with all Joes present in the mission. That's our objective here. We have to complete one objective in a 1 to 2 player game, or both objectives in a 3 to 4 player game, which is why we have to find both. So the Fang aircraft reach vehicle 1 with up to 2 Joes. At least one must be unwounded. So we can't both be sort of crawling on the ground, bleeding out. One of us has to be able to walk properly. And then Croc's motorbike reach vehicle 2 with up to 2 Joes and the keys. So we have to get the keys for the motorbike. So the Cobra pilot must have left the keys in the Fang. That's no problem. We don't have to get the keys from him, but we do have to get the keys to the motorbike. And same deal, we have to be unwounded to ride it. Now, at the end of any round, if a Joe is adjacent to a vehicle and meets the escape conditions, an unwounded Joe is adjacent and has the keys for the motorbike, up to 2 adjacent Joes can escape with the vehicle. Removing it from the board, that vehicle cannot be used again in this mission. They may choose to wait and help their companions until all are ready to go. So you don't have to escape as soon as you get next to it, but you can. It's like bye-bye. And so folks have been asking, some folks have been asking for vehicles in this game. So it doesn't look like vehicles will necessarily be like a thing that you get models for and that sort of stuff and can hoon around in them, but they are at least incorporated into some of the scenarios and printed on the tiles. So we get that at least. And I'm hoping maybe some stretch goals will get little models that serve no purpose but just sit on the board. That'd be cool. So that's the mission objectives. Now, mission failure. Here we go. More than half the team are wounded. any Joe is neutralized, or at the end of round 12, the objectives have not been completed. So if we don't make it through round 12, and we've got a little counter here, Andrew, there is a little dial, but I figured this would be easier for people to see, so we're going to use this. So we've got to complete this within 12 rounds, or 12 rounds. Now, wounded, just to show Andrew, if I locked these in place, I did too. Okay, so let's unlock that. So if we lose all our health here, which is 12 in Duke's case, then I would flip to this side, and I'm basically very injured, so I lose a lot of my special abilities and things like that. But I can still just about make it through with these sort of slightly altered stats. And yeah, so that's that. I don't know. Let me just have a look here. There's it says here, Duke and each Joe within 2 spaces line of sight remove 1 heroic effort token. So he's got one little ability there if he gets the Joe advantage thing, but his regular abilities disappear. So that's the case for all of us. So we should be able to flip our cards if we get wounded, but hopefully we won't get to that point. But as far as I can tell, I don't think there's a way to get back to your unwounded side. So you just kind of got to eke out the rest of the game and try and make it to the end. But if you lose all your health on that side, then you're neutralized and you're out. And so if any one of us is neutralized, it's game over. In this game, with preparation, what you do is you grab all your troopers, Cobra troopers and things like that. You put out their stat cards. So this is Major Blood stat cards, gives their stats here. It gives them their Cobra ability. If it's a Cobra advantage turn, then it just gives you their regular abilities. You also give them weapons based on this list here. So it tells us that Major Blood is using the Scorpion machine pistol, I think it is. And sometimes they might have a secondary weapon. Just a point of note for OC games, it does list Crocmaster as having a whip and hook and a Cobra sword, but as far as I could tell in this mod, there is no Cobra sword in the mod, so we're lucky. He's not going to be using his sword. He keeps his sword under his pillow. He doesn't think he's going to need it. But he's going to have this whip and hook. And then the same thing down here with the Cobra troopers and the Vipers. But when we activate these guys, the entire squad of a certain type will activate. You can see here the Cobra Vipers have this as their primary weapon, and they have a Cobra knife as combat knife as their secondary one. And then they all have a little AI, little mini card deck that you flip to see what they do as their action on that turn. So that's the layout there. It also tells us to put the 3 supply tokens into the game, 3 barricade tokens, and crate obstacle tokens. Now these all have yellow, so I think these just count as like any other light terrain, but it just allows you to put extra light terrain in, even if it's not printed on the original tile. So that's what these little things are up here, the barricades and the crates. I think the last crate is down here. These supply tokens in the normal game, we would flip them to get extra equipment and things like that. But in this game, they just count as light obstacles as well. So that's that, just in the quick start rules. Then we have now, we're getting into some contentious stuff here. So OC games. Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
On that note, there is a problem if we activate them at the beginning.
Yes, go ahead.
They can still attack us when we're hidden.
They can still attack us.
Hidden gives you this black dice, which will like negate most of your damage because of the odds of it.
Okay. Yep.
So you can still be attacked, which means if they do go at the beginning, they can all just immediately start attacking us. Yeah.
I guess if they've got So the question we have OC games is. Oh, that's interesting. Now is that, can people see that? That's probably not great, but the G.I. Joe characters begin the mission hidden. So we all have these little hidden tokens here. And so let's go back to that. There is no VST roll at the start of each round. So not just the first. Normally at the beginning of the game, you don't roll for the VST roll at the start of the game, which is a little, you basically flip a coin to see who has the advantage, the Joes or the Cobra. So in the first round, no one has the advantage. But we don't roll that roll at the beginning of each round until a Joe loses their hidden token. Then it says, this is the bit that's confusing. It says, however, advance the turn counter each round as usual, as if. So if we come back to here, see, my reading of that is, okay, so we're hidden and we don't roll that advantage rule. And if we look down the bottom there, it says round sequence, determine the tide of battle, toss the versus advantage token, except in the first turn, but in this case, it would be every turn until we lose our hidden stat, resolve the versus advantage effects and so on. Then it says, then it just goes on to G.I. Joe activation turn. And then it says Cobra activation turn. Then it says resolve end of round. So nothing there tells me that just because we're not rolling that thingy and just because we're hidden, they don't get a turn. Now, however, we should look at this. This is something I don't think I showed you, Andrew, when we were talking about this. Here we go. If we look here in the blue box, it says enemy figures are not placed on the map until their zone is revealed. Revealed zones include those with Joe characters on them and any connected by a movement path that avoids closed doors or impassable terrain. When the door opens to a new zone, deploy enemies as shown there on the map. Cobra characters in unrevealed zones do not activate. So as far as I can tell, everything here is open to these guys. There's a movement path to them, except for characters inside the shed here. So the way I read that is all of these guys, there's nothing stopping them from activating. They're all within thingy. So this is the question we've had, is we are sort of thinking, are they activating at the beginning of the game or are they not? Because nothing here seems to tell me that they don't. But if they do activate, then we're worried that this whole stealth thing is going to go very pear-shaped for us. So then if we keep going through, and feel free to jump in the comments, guys, if you have any opinions on this. When Joe character is, so we're looking now at when the first hidden token is removed, patrols alerted. So when a Joe character is discovered, I think Nelly thinks that Nelly has great opinions. G.I. Joe character is discovered, loses the hidden token. Cobra forces will use their short-range radios to alert nearby patrols. So I think, Nelly, you're reading that as that's what activates all these guys on the board, whereas I see that as activating this next bit that comes up, which is short-range patrol, starting in the next round as soon as the VST, because then once you're not hidden, you're now rolling for VST things. It says as soon as the VST shows a Cobra result, Major Blood arrives with 2 Cobra troopers at the deployment, Cobra deployment point 1, which is behind us. And then while Major Blood is in play, Blood's furious reinforcements, Blood enraged broadcasts a call for reinforcements on all frequencies, capture those damn Joes. While Major Blood is in play, each time the VST show a G.I. Joe result, so when we get the advantage, then more bad guys will show up. We get 2 additional Cobra troopers at the Cobra deployment point, which will then be deployment point 2 and then 3 and then back to 1 and so on. So that's kind of what I see as that whole bit about talking about alerting the patrols, is it just activates that whole thing about sort of starting the reinforcements coming in. So yeah, then at the end of round, open Croc Master's cabin door, end of round 6, sorry, open Croc Master's cabin door if it hasn't been opened already. So we can't just completely ignore Croc Master, because A, he's going to wake up at some point, and B, we do need to take care of him before we can escape on the motorcycle. Then when Croc Master is neutralized, take the keys. And then here's, so that's interesting. And then there's also all the Crocs. So each action a Joe, now it's got a title here that says each action a Joe ends adjacent to a sunken terrain, but then if we read the actual text, it's not just each action we end adjacent to the sunken terrain, but it's each time a Joe performs an action after moving through or ending. So it's not just if you were to move through the river and then end a couple of spaces away, I think you would still trigger it, which is so after moving through or ending adjacent to a sunken terrain, they must perform a stealth check and achieve a success of 3. or 3 successes. If they succeed, nothing happens. If they fail, they've alerted Crocmaster's pets and place a Croc token on the nearest sunken terrain space to the Joe, and remove any hidden counters from the character because the Croc blows its whistle. And then in this scenario, danger tokens represent the Croc tokens. I've made little Croc tokens for us for this one. Even when he's and this happens even when he's not in play. It says, note this base is infested with Crocs. If a Joe performs any action and ends up adjacent to sunken terrain, they must test for stealth. And then it says, remember, both crocodiles and characters in sunken terrain have light cover, even against other characters in the water. So Nelly, even though that's another point, OC Games, I don't see anywhere in the rulebook that refers to sunken terrain. But according to that little thing there, I'm guessing that sunken terrain is a bit like light terrain in that it gives light cover. But I don't know if it slows you down. I'm going to assume it does. Yeah. So and then we lose if we get to round 12. We get surrounded there. So yes. So that is everything there.
And
We've
yeah,
got one
it would be 2 movement. Light terrain is takes 2 movement to go through.
Yeah, that sounds right. Now we've got an extra vote here from Nelly Nell Gaming saying that he thinks Nelly's right. So you're saying, Nelly, that essentially they're still going to be. I guess the thing is, a lot of them are far away from us, so maybe they won't roll high enough on their guns. Although I do think their guns are slightly longer range than they used to be, so that's problematic. Yeah.
I mean, my argument.
Yes.
For it would be essentially, where was the thing? So that last sentence, however, advance the turn counter each round as usual.
Yes.
You wouldn't need to say that if the turn order was normal.
Yeah, that is the bit that sort of I'm like, what is that? Because
combined with the fact that hidden doesn't make you like. If you're hidden, the enemy still can move to you. The enemy can still use their special abilities on you, and the enemy can still shoot you. You just have an extra black die for defense, which means if they're taking their turns turn 1, right off the bat, all of them can move to us and attack us.
Yeah. So I think either way, we either need a sentence in here saying, specifying that Cobra don't activate, because nothing else in the rules, I think, points to that. Like I can't see anything that says that they don't activate. So we probably need something like that in there, or remove this bit. I'm wondering if this is like maybe in the old rules you advance the turn counter at the like. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe that was a holdover from like maybe in the VST step, like you advance the turn tracker then or something like that. So it's just saying, hey, like. You don't do the VST step, but hey, don't forget to like advance the round tracker or something like that.
Well, the round thing was at the end of the turn. VST is at the beginning.
It is at the end of the turn. But what I'm saying is, this doesn't make any sense to have this in here if there's no reference to, like, saying, oh, don't forget to advance the thing at the end, like, without saying, hey, by the way, Cobra don't get a turn. Like that's what doesn't make sense to me. Like it should say that. So I'm wondering if. Like I'm just saying, like, why would this sentence be in here if it is that they are not if they are supposed to get turns, why would that sentence be there? And I'm wondering if it's just like a holdover from when that might have been, like when advancing the token might have happened at the beginning of the round rather than at the end, if you know what I mean. Because I've seen other things. Let's and sorry folks for we'll get into this shortly, I promise, but I just wanted to point this out to the guys as well, just when we get to it. It says here, for tactical regroup, move as close as possible to the closest ally, end up in a square that provides the best available cover against the most enemies. And then the third point says, if you can't get adjacent to an enemy, try to have the clearest line of sight to it. So I'm wondering, did they mean to say if you can't get close to the nearest, like, are they still trying to get to an enemy while staying with their trooper? This one seems to me like it should say, if you can't get to the closest Cobra trooper, try and have the. Do you know what I mean? Like that third step doesn't seem like it matches with what that tactical regroup is trying to do. I don't know. Anyway, So it's just little things like that. I'm like, oh, is that maybe a mistake? But so I guess we have to decide what we're doing. Are we going to have these guys activate or not? Nellie's got 2 votes, 2 votes there.
I mean, I'm game
we
for either, but
Same here.
I do think it's going to be hard, like significantly harder if they activate, because once again, watch how many things are on this dice.
Yeah, and it seems like if we're still trying to be hidden up here when we're trying to get past the Crocs and stuff, they sort of, it seems like they're saying, oh, this should all be, these guys shouldn't be seeing you yet, sort of thing. So why don't we play that way, and then if OC Games can get back to us and let us know if that's not the case, so we can get stuck into it. All right, well, as in, let's keep them unactivated.
All right.
And then if they, and then basically once we lose our hidden, then it's on for young and old. All right, and feel free to let us know in the comments, OC Games, if you start watching this while we're playing. Let us know if we're doing the wrong thing or not. So, all right, guys. Oh, and just to be clear for the guys, I don't think I pointed this out before. The reinforcement points are here. So 1, 2, 3. So Major Blood will arrive here, and then he'll start bringing reinforcements here, 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 and sort of cycling through that way when he does that.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So we don't toss the versus coin to start with. So I believe we can just activate the Joes then, I guess. So Snake Eyes, you're at the front of the pack here. Would you like to go first?
Sure. So because there's no VST roll, I don't have my top ability. I have nimble, so I can move well, I guess. And Andrew, so you're aware.
Yes.
We all have. It's 2 actions, right?
Yeah, 2 actions as a standard. Yep.
So we all have 2 actions. One of which is obviously move, which on your sheet it tells you how much you can move. In your case, Scarlet is 4.
Types of actions, and I'll just zoom in on that for Andrew there. So we've got move, attack, interact, rest, or special action are the things we can do. So Andrew, your move is 4.
Yep.
There, whereas Snake Eyes is 3. All right.
And Duke is also Duke is also 3. Which when you're moving, you can't go diagonally unless you have nimble, which you and I have nimble. Meeple does not.
Yeah.
So,
that means we're just cartwheeling the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So I can move nimble, or I can move diagonally. What else do I have? While I'm hidden, I get +2 movement and +2 dots and 1 damage. So okay. So all right. So since we start hidden, I have 5 movement instead of 3.
So he's just gonna go shanking everyone. All right.
I mean, I don't know, when do we want to break cover?
Well, I mean, how far away is this guy? Could you get to him and?
Okay, and we lose cover if we attack without a silent weapon, or if we end our activation within within somebody's line of sight without cover to them.
Without cover.
So
yeah. So you could, if you can get to this guy and shank him within all of your actions, then you wouldn't lose cover, sort of thing. But if you ran out in front of him, swung and missed, then he'd be like, blow the whistle, sort of thing. So,
got it. It's like Assassin's Creed rules. I can stay.
Find a bench, sit down. You're fine. Keep your head down.
Yeah, jump into a haystack.
Unironically, I did not take a silent weapon.
Hey,
oh no!
I brought a dog and a submachine gun.
Oh no, Snake Eyes! All right. Well, in that case, Scarlet, you're up. Snake Eyes, you wait in the back.
Well, I'll still go, but I'm just gonna stay in cover.
Yeah. Cool.
So I have 3 + 2 because of my ability. So I have 5 movement, and I can go diagonal. So 1, 2. We need to get our objective. We're trying to get here to get the keys, right?
Yeah. We have to get to here to get the keys, and then to these 2 vehicle spots up here.
And if I get near the water, I have to make a check against the crocodiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the water, but not adjacent to it. This way I don't blow our cover turn 1.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good.
I'm going to go here. This way I still have cover from everybody. Timber gets 1 move and 1 attack each turn. Timber has 5 movement. Okay, so Doggo will move next to me here.
Okay.
And did you make that Timber token, or is that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So
I like it.
I don't actually even know. I don't think in the mod there's a Timber token as far as I could tell. So, yeah, I just sort of made that. And also the Croc tokens, I'm pretty sure are supposed to be. I couldn't see anywhere what a danger token was, but I'm assuming it's this little thing here. But I thought having some Crocs would be fun. So we've got some of them too.
I approve. And then my last action, I don't
Mhm.
want to spend heroic resolve to move again. Move, attack, interact, rest, special. I am going to just stop there. I'm not going to take my second action. I still have hidden. I'm just going to stay there and continue being sneaky boy.
All right, sneaky boy with some loud weapons. All right,
that's for when stealth fails.
Yeah, that's right. So Andrew, you let's zoom in on your character here. So we don't have advantage, so you don't have this ability which says Scarlet may immediately discard 2 tokens, either damage or heroic effort in any combination. You do have nimble, so at any time you can move diagonally without spending heroic resolve. You've got 4 movement points. Brawl or agent once per round after neutralizing an enemy with a melee weapon, gain a free attack or movement that must be performed immediately. You also have close defense. Scarlet reduces any damage dealt by an adjacent enemy by 1. And then you've got your crossbow here, which has a range of 3, but then depending on your dice roll, if you choose to spend some of your pips as this ranged symbol, you could get extra range. So yeah, you could get a potential, I think, range a bit higher than that, but you also have to remember that if you want the attack to be silent, you need to spend at least 1 of the pips on silence.
Okay, good.
So you can't pump it all into the range and still get a silent shot, sort of thing. So.
And what do the 2 5s mean on the crossbow?
The 5s are the maximum. So the maximum number of damage you can roll on your 2 dice combination is a 5, and the maximum number of little stars you can roll is 5. So
I see. Okay.
You've got a pool of potentially 5 that you could spend on these different actions here. And the same thing down here with your ninja claws. So the ninja claws can potentially do more damage because you're rolling a red dice in the pool, but you're rolling a lot less little potential special things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And you are how many? Let's have a look at Scarlet. She's over here, so she is this many spaces away. However, moving past so if you were to move, so Nelly, correct me if I'm wrong, but if he were to move sort of through this trail, or through here, that's fine. But if you go past these yellow lines, that cost you 2 movement.
Yes. Which now that I just realized I didn't factor that in when I did. Actually, no, because I didn't go all the way. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
I didn't factor that in when I crossed that yellow line.
And if I leave the yellow line and I go in that area right there where the white pointer is, am I out of cover?
You would be out of cover. Yes, you would be out of cover. If you were to take this guy out silently, then you would be back in cover from anyone else who's looking at you, because you'd they'd be coming through here. Yeah, so
he's pretty close. So if I step out there, Frank T. Cobra Man is going to
Okay. So that's gonna cost you a fair bit of. This orange stuff slows you down, but it doesn't block line of sight. That's that stuff there is kind of it's like marshy stuff. So I don't know if you'd be able to, you're pretty nimble, but I don't know if you'd be able to get all the way here and still pull off an attack.
No.
So might be best to sort of follow Snake Eyes.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet. If I use my 4 movement, I can end up right next to Timber there.
So 1, and then this is going to cost, I think this is going to cost 2, 3.
Yeah.
To get across there, and then you want to go here?
Here. Yeah, down closer to the Cobra guy. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, nice.
And that thing right in front of me that's black, is that impassable?
Correct.
Yeah, that's impassable. Okay. And I think can we not see past it either? think it's like a shriek,
You can't
shriek or
move
something?
through it, but it
Oh.
provides like if you can.
Oh, okay.
It's heavy cover instead of light
Heavy
cover.
cover. It's like a boulder or something. All right.
Yeah, it's like a
Sounds
tree.
good.
I think in this case, I think it's just like a full blown tree.
Full blown tree. All right, and yep. So Andrew has activated. All right. Now at this point, this is something we should point out to Andrew as well. When it's the Joe's turn to activate, they can activate 1 or 2 Joes maximum. Then it would cycle back to Cobra. They would activate. They would activate the team with the highest aggro, which is a stat on their little cards here. Where's the aggro?
23 on this guy.
Oh yeah, there we go, aggro. So they would be activating, and then the whole lot of them. So we'd go through all of them, and they'd activate. However, we're interpreting this as these guys are not activating. So in which case we go back to the Joes, moving 1 or 2 heroes. In this case, there's only 1 Joe left to go, and then we would alternate back and forth, between the Cobras and stuff. So Duke is going to go next. Duke Duke actually has 3 actions, but only
you don't have your top thing right now.
Yeah, only if it's only if he's got the Cobra advantage. Otherwise, his things are he can target and adjacent. And there's a little bit of a typo there. I think that should be a J instead of a Y. 1 adjacent already activated ally to give him a free action that they must resolve immediately. I can also perform a second movement or special action during their turn without expending heroic resolve. So if we wanted to do a second movement as our action for the turn, that would cost a heroic resolve to do that sort of thing. So he can sort of ignore that. I'm going to go, let's go 1, 2, 3, I think was my movement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's my first action. Now for my second action, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I don't have to spend a heroic resolve because of that first sergeant ability. So there we go. All right, we're stealthily, silently making it through the jungle. We're doing all right. So apologies if we're getting this wrong, but just a heads up for folks. We don't know whether these guys are supposed to have activated. All right. Now,
if they're not, I take full blame. I have been very adamant about that.
Yeah, but I do agree. It's a bit ambiguous. Like it's not fully clear what. I mean, some folks might be going, "You idiot!" It's definitely clear. They're definitely not supposed to activate. But I would argue against that. But anyway, so let's go. So now we don't activate the versus token again because we're still hidden. And we haven't started that whole thing yet, so we just go back. Now, I forget whether we're supposed to cycle. I think we would. What did we do? Do we choose each round who was going to activate? I think we do, don't we?
Yeah, we can pick between 1 or 2, and then
all right.
And then it's one of them, and then back to us, and then the rest of them.
Yeah. Now, Andrew, did you take a grappling hook so you can Tarzan over that river? No, you didn't.
I did not.
Right.
No.
You did not. All right. What about if we ride timber over the lake? Will that help us get past these crocodiles? No? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have to deal with some crocodiles sooner or later, aren't we? So I feel like one of you guys at least should go before me because I've got that ability where I can because that's the thing. I could have asked you guys to have another turn as well, but I feel like you guys might not have wanted to break cover yet. Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't want to break cover yet.
That's why
I didn't want to risk the water.
Yeah. So, all right. So I feel like one of you guys who would like to go. Let's have a look at the screen for folks up here. Apologies, folks. I'm Nelly was the expert at the controls, controlling the screen last time, but I thought I should practice doing it myself. So hopefully I'm not hovering back and forth too much and sort of keeping it consistent for you. So, and also for Andrew. Andrew is actually not on tabletop with us at the moment, so he's relying on the guy in the chair. So, yeah. Any volunteers, guys? Who'd like to?
Sure, I'll start crawling my way towards this Cobra guy.
Yeah. Okay, so take this guy out before. Yep. Okay. Yep. All right.
Can I go into the orange area without breaking cover, or is that gonna expose me?
I think technically it would break cover because I think if we drew a line of sight from this corner, correct me if I'm wrong, Nelly. If he drew a line of sight from this corner, he'd be able do it to 2 corners here without crossing.
It's
through
when
yellow,
you
right?
end your activation. So as long as you don't end in the orange.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can cross through the orange. So like if you cross through that orange and get into the yellow, you'll be fine. But if you end in the orange, then they'll spot you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think also when it says activation, that's your entire turn, right?
Yeah.
So Andrew, you could say step out here and like shoot this guy, and if he dies with the silent weapon, then you would still be like, as long as these, I think you'd still be in cover from everyone over on this side of the map, if that makes sense.
Right.
Right.
So what kind of health are we talking about on these guys? Like, can I shoot them in one hit? Or
Oh, the Vipers are a bit tougher, aren't they? They got 6 health. Oh, so they're so the maximum you can do with a crossbow is 5, but then you've also got 5 pips to play with. So you would need, so you can see you've got a range of 3, but you might need some extra pips to give you range. You might need some extra pips. You'd need at least a few of these pips to give you the damage to maybe take them out. So the ninja course is probably a better option if you can get closer. And
yeah,
so
that's
maybe
what I'll do then. I'll try to get a
you,
little bit closer.
So maybe hop into these bushes here or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got what, movement 4? You can move diagonally. This will cost you 2 to get out of here. So do you want to sort of step 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do a heroic resolve to jump into here or something, or?
Sure. How does the heroic resolve work?
So heroic resolve it's like taking, I forget what it was called in Descent, like a sweat action or something, or effort token or something like that. But you see how you have, where are you? You're over here. You've got this hawk thing here. And I believe, Nelly, this is like the, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're from the United States, if you get inspired by the power of the eagle, you get to do more heroic things. Is that right? So
it's very common. Eagles, grenades, and burger.
So Andrew, as non-US citizens, we might have to just sort of imagine this might be like a Canadian Mountie hat or something like that, or I might have
a jar of maple syrup.
A jar of maple syrup, maybe a bowl of poutine or something. I'm gonna change my little symbol to like a Vegemite sandwich, and I'm gonna get it fueled by Vegemite. All right, so you got 5. So Scarlet's got 5 heroic resolve, which means you can. It's like taking wounds, like taking heroism wounds. So you can take up to 5 of these heroic resolve things, but once that's full, you cannot then do any more heroic stuff. Like you can't do any more things. But she's got an ability here. Whenever we roll the Joe advantage thing, she can at the beginning of the round instantly discard 2 damage or heroic things. So you can get your heroic capacity back pretty easily with her, sort of thing. So
I think it's worth it to spend 1 to cartwheel my way into that bush.
Yeah. So I'm thinking you can go 1, 2, and end up here, right? Because you can go 1, 2, and then 3, 4 to get here because it's still through difficult terrains and stuff. And then you can spend that heroic to jump in this way, costing you another 2. That should be fine.
Perfect.
So I will give you a heroic effort token. So there's 1. There we go. So you can take up to 4 more heroic actions at some point. So that was your 2 thingies. I think you're still hidden from this guy. So that's all good. All right, Mr. Snake Eyes, would you like to now, do you want to he's like, ugh. Should we wait for Scarlet to give us the signal? She'll do like a bird whistle to let us know she's taking this guy out before we jump across the water, or should we? Because we're kind of stuck here, aren't we? Like there's like Crocs. I mean, you're pretty stealthy. Surely Snake Eyes could afford to do a stealth check. Where's your stealth?
I mean, I probably can.
Just don't suck.
Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, my stealth is a red-green, so I've got a good chance to succeed.
I mean, can you? Let's just see. Does he have enough movement? He's got movement 3, but he can do some stealthy cartwheels and stuff. Could he?
Well, I have
run
5
across
because
the
I'm
river.
hidden.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. So could you run and jump inside this bin? Oscar the Grouch
So that'd
style.
be 1,
It's a lot of stealth checks, but
2, 3, 4, 5, and then a heroic resolve to get. So I could get there.
could get there as long as you roll enough stealth checks. I think it's worth it. That's a very Snake Eyes thing to do. It's up to you. Do we wait for the signal? Do we wait? Do we wait for Scarlet to tell us what's going on, or
It's performing an action after moving through or ending adjacent. So each time a Joe performs an action after moving through or ending adjacent. Okay, so I can go through. So if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd go here, and then these two would be adjacent to me at the end of my action. So I'd be testing against 2 squares.
Right.
Unless that's how I'm interpreting that, because we've determined adjacent is diagonal. That was one of the things they clarified in the new rulebook.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
So 1. Oh, actually, hold on. Because can't I? Where's the?
Or could you hide behind this thing? Hold on. Am I showing? I need to bring the. Could you hide behind this little?
Where's the thing that says our heroic result? Can't I also add movement? Yeah, I can add 2
movement.
Yes,
you can add 2 movement. Yes.
So if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I spend the heroic resolve, then I'm only adjacent to 1.
Right.
Okay.
So I'd only have to do the test on 1.
Oh, nice. Okay. He kind of does walk on water? He sort of light foots over, and as little time in contact with the water as possible.
I have no idea how the dog's getting here, but
I'll carry the dog if I have to.
he's gonna drop the chopper.
Yeah.
So again, do we want to take the risk, or do we want to give Scarlet another turn? Wait here until Scarlet takes out that guy, or
I guess that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing, isn't it? Like if we take the risk, then we're going to alert the guys for Scarlet. But I don't know. I think that's we're on a time schedule, right? We've only got 12 rounds, but
and something happens at round 6.
Yeah. The Croc Master wakes up, so we maybe want to get the jump on him rather than. The other thing is Scarlet. She's gonna have to roll pretty well to take this guy out. I mean, she's kind of adjacent to him. She could get 2 attacks, right? 2 silent attacks.
Yeah, I can attack twice if worse comes to worse. Unless, is there a moment between attack 1 and attack 2 where he would be like, huh? And he would react?
Well, I don't think so, because it doesn't say, it just says there you lose your hidden if you attack without a silent weapon. It doesn't say anything about if you fail an attack.
Oh, okay. So we're fine.
Yeah, I think so. Well, ultimately it's your turn, Snake Eyes, so you can decide.
I'll take the chance.
Yeah, all right.
We're stress testing the system. So
yeah.
I do this for you guys. So I can go diagonal.
Did you feel how much pressure he was under there? He's like, okay, I'll do it.
4, and then spend a heroic resolve so I can get the +2 to make it there.
Yeah.
So that's 1 heroic effort for me. How much do I get on this guy? Okay, 5.
He's very heroic.
And I am adjacent to 1 tile of water, which means I must perform a stealth check and achieve 3 successes.
Yeah. So Andrew is red and green. So if we have a look here on the dashboards, when we're doing checks, we have muscle checks, stealth checks, and what's that?
You might want to hold
expertise.
Alt to make it easier to see.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, my bad.
And then zoom in with the scroll wheel.
Now that's what's. Oh, that's working on that one.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, that's nice.
There we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there we go. So those are the dice you roll. So I think red provide better. Maybe
Red
better
is like
stats.
the yeah. Red has more
the
of
attack
like
symbols.
the attack symbols. Blue
Yes.
has more of the little pip things,
Pip
and
things
then green is kind of like the balance between the two.
Green is in between them. Yeah, that's right.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's a pretty good system for stealth for Snake Eyes there, yeah, and so he rolls those 2 dice, and then he's looking for 3 successes. I believe 2 of the little pips count as 1 success, and one of the explosion things counts as 1 success. So you're looking for the big ones if you can, but you can piece together the other ones. Is that right?
The pip counts as 2, I think. Yeah, each damage is 1 success. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, each damage is 1 success, and then each 2 little pip things is 1 success.
Is 1 success. Yeah,
So.
yeah, sweet.
All right, so
All right.
I need, what am I?
Yeah.
Red and green?
Red and green.
So,
you got this.
Yeah.
Come on,
red die.
If any of the
Green
comics
die.
that I've read are anything to go by, you are going to nail this.
Yeah, but in those comics, I'm not the one behind the mask.
All right. Come on, go into that bin.
All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice! Look at that, smashed it. he's cut 2 little holes in the garbage bin.
Yeah. I played music across the way, and no one heard me. I was that quiet. So that was one thing. I'm not going to open this door because then these guys will get turned on. So I think what I am going to do is I can't move twice without spending heroic resolve, right? No. So I'm going to spend my last action to rest.
Okay.
Yeah. Try to get rid of that heroic resolve.
Heroic resolve. So resting, I believe you roll. What do you roll? It depends on what you're trying to get rid of. Is that right? So if you're trying to get rid of the heroic resolve, you roll expertise. So for Andrews, you would roll that. If you were trying to recover from injuries, you'd roll the muscle test. Is that right? I think that's
correct.
That's right.
Muscle to discard 1 damage for each success. And expertise 1 heroic resolve for each success.
Yeah.
So
if we look at
how maybe the muscle checks is what lets you flip from damaged to not damaged, because I think that the rule book said you can't ride the bike if you're wounded. So maybe you do have to heal, and maybe that's how.
Well, I think it says
the pilot can't be wounded.
So and which is why one of the conditions is as soon as 2 Joes are wounded, you've lost, because you need at least someone to.
Yeah, once more than half have been. Because now there's no longer a possible way.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, I need 1 success just to get rid of that 1 heroic action thing. Fine, nice. So that is gone. That is 2 turns for me. My activation is done. I will move dog here.
Yeah,
but dog's not. I'm not going to risk the dog going. I don't even know how that works.
Yeah.
Is the dog a Joe? Does he make a stealth check?
Yeah. What does it say? He doesn't actually have a.
Yeah, he doesn't have a stealth, so I don't know what happens if the dog tries to cross the water. So I'm just not going to.
Maybe he's just a token. He just blends in with the scenery.
He just swims in. The crocodiles are it's another animal. It's fine.
Now I wonder. No, I was going to say, should I move up with Duke, to try and be next to you, and then give you that free attack, so you can attack him? But I think we might need 2 attacks for you to take him out.
What I'm going to do with the dog, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
So if this Viper doesn't, but now he's adjacent to water. I don't know how this works.
Oh no. Oh, you know what? When we moved through here, how we I don't know why we moved around the tree, but we ended up adjacent to water. Here,
you went down left though.
Yeah, so we could have gone this way, right? Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, but for the
I'm gonna keep the dog. I'm gonna keep him up.
That's adjacent to water too, though, no?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the dog here, so he's not adjacent to water.
Yeah.
The rules do not specify what happens to Doggo, and I do not want to risk it. So
no, that's a good point.
Fair enough.
I'll
All
end my
right.
turn there.
All right, and then since we skip the Cobras, I will go to. I'll just have my turn now. I feel like I should not, after all your careful work, guys, I should not blow it this way, just stepping out this way. So I should probably hide behind the doggo here, I think.
He'll
Yeah.
protect you.
Yeah. I wonder if I can stand on the doggo. Yeah, no, I'll stay All right, so Duke has had his activation. All right, we're going into round 3. I think that was round 2, wasn't it? So round 3. Is there anything I've forgotten? I don't think so.
It would be 2 because it goes at the end of the round. That was our second round.
That was, yeah. So, okay, we advanced it. Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So now we're starting round 3, but the timer doesn't go to 3 yet.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's do. All right. Well, I think it's time to. Well, what's going to happen? Are we going to try and shank this Viper first, or are we going to?
No, you're right. This would be the third round, but the things activate at the end of that round. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. So so Snake Eyes, do you have any sneaky things you want to do? Like, do you want to try and? I suppose there's no point hiding under this poker table, because we want to get through this door, right? So maybe, did we let Scarlet shank this guy and then you kick down the door and start killing everyone, or what do we want to do? I think maybe Scarlet goes.
Yeah, I'm going to say Scarlet goes, and then maybe thin the numbers a little bit before going in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right, Scarlet.
All right. So Scarlet's putting her ninja claws on.
Ninja claws. All right, so we're going to. Now, she is adjacent to this guy, so she can attack him. And he only gets cover if he's wholly within cover. So see how she's wholly within cover. If he were to attack her, she gets like a light cover bonus, I believe is the way that works. But because he is not, he does not get the cover bonus.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a little thing about that in the rules. So you get to roll a red and a green, according to this little chart here. One thing folks have mentioned in the campaign is they would like maybe these cards, they want art on the cards. And I think, oh, well, I like that you can see this nice and clearly, but you could probably shrink these down a little bit. You could still see what dice you're rolling and then have some art on the card or whatever. But
yeah, art would be cool.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to use the ninja claws, a red and a green. So let's give you a red and a green. I keep waiting. I'm like, Andrew, pick up the red and green dice. And I'm like, oh, wait. Andrew has no arms or legs. All right. So,
and you said he doesn't have cover?
This bad guy does not, I believe. Because
isn't it because the attack crosses the yellow line?
Well, it says there's something here about... where's the thing about defense dice? There was something about...
yeah, if any of the 3 lines cross a cover edge, apply the highest cover value.
Yeah, but if we go into... It's where it's talking about combat. Where is it? Not in there. No, let's go back to the beginning. Adjacent squares, line of sight, defense die. So cover die. They have the same icons. It's not stack. It's not that one. Where did I see this? Oh gosh. See, when I scroll wheel on this thing, it doesn't enlarge.
Yeah, it's because it turns the page.
Yeah. Cannot pass through. Can overlap each other. Adjacent. Where did I see this thing about? defense and obstruction to line of sight. No. Cover after committing characters in spaces fully covered. So this is in that cover thing, that paragraph down the bottom. Characters in spaces fully covered by specific terrain always have cover, even in melee. And then it says the only way to get cover against melee attacks. So to me, that's saying that rule about passing through the yellow doesn't actually count in a melee attack.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're wholly in the melee. Yeah. So I think that's, sorry, folks. I slowing things down there, but I thought I remember reading that. So Andrew, I'm going to roll. So wish me lucky, buddy. I'm going to roll.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm just going to try and roll as many symbols as I can. All right. Now, does he have armor built in? Let's have a look. He does not.
No.
Thank goodness. All right, take this, you fiend. All right. So roll. All right, that looks all right. Yeah, I've given.
That's a lot of things there.
1, 2, 3. So 3 hits.
Okay.
And then, now the unfortunate thing is here, you've got to spend 1 for it to be silent. And then you've got another 2. So that would be doing a total of 5 damage.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So I think as far as we can tell, that doesn't alert the guards yet, as long as you can take him out with your second attack. So I'm assuming you want to. Oh, now can we do a second attack?
He would need to spend a heroic effort, but yeah.
Yeah, because if you want to do the same of an action you've already done, you've got to spend heroic resolve. But it's like, would you like to just alert the guards by not attacking?
Yeah.
Or actually,
All right.
you know what? I don't even hold on. So you attacked with a silent weapon. So even if we just left him alive, I still don't think. I think he just sits there and goes, "Oh, what was that? A mosquito?" I think technically he doesn't wake up. Is that right, Nelly? So
according to this, silent weapons with silent allow hidden characters to remain hidden after attacking, and if you're not hidden, a successful kill will grant the hidden status.
Okay.
So I don't have to spend it.
Yeah, so it doesn't say you have to actually, like, if you hit them, they don't do anything apparently. Like if it's silent, like it doesn't activate them.
The only problem is though, if he's not dead, you guys are still waiting for him to die so you can do stuff. So why don't I go ahead and spend it anyway?
Yep.
To make sure he's
grab
out of the picture.
Hero. Oh, you just did you just increase that? Yeah, sweet. Nice. All right. So, all right, let's roll again.
Yeah.
All right. Oh
Scarlet.
man, yeah.
Okay.
Down he goes. All right. So, flip. Took him down. Okay.
She got him in the Achilles tendon.
Yeah. Now it does say here, once per round after neutralizing an enemy with a melee weapon, which you did, you gain a free attack or movement. But if you do move, you will potentially be getting closer to the water. It's just something you might want to. Although, Nelly, are you? Oh no, but you want to be able to do your thing without breaking cover just yet, right? So.
I mean, I'm game for whatever. I didn't want to alert everybody while Scarlet was like directly next to one.
Yeah. Because you could, like, I guess maybe if you've got enough movement, you could maybe sort of come down here and hide in these bushes, and then come back around. This is an empty spot on the board, by the way, Andrew. This is like a blank zone, so you couldn't just go into this building here. So you could jump if you wanted to. I don't know, or you could use some movement to get back up here or something, or you could just stay where you are, or
I think I'll stay where I am, just because anywhere else is kind of danger zone. So, yeah, Scarlet's fine there. She's just savoring her kill.
Nice. All right. Well, in that case, Nelly or myself can go, and I think Nelly, you're probably in a better position to do something useful at the moment. If you want to thin the ranks out, or
I can, but then I will be.
Then
because I'm not silent.
I wonder what I've got the combat knife, but I'm sort of all the way on the other side of the river. What's my stealth like? Not
yours is green blue.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Excuse me, blue yellow.
Blue yellow. I think yellow is not particularly great, is it? Well, have you got something in particular you would like to do, Nelly?
I mean, the smart play, quote unquote smart, would be open door and get into one of these covers.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Because I can open it from here.
Yeah.
But then the problem with that is that when we get caught, now that this door is open, these guys will also act, or the one dude that's in here will also act.
Yeah, well, maybe we just don't get caught. Like, if you sneak into the thing, you hide under the table, and then you shank him next turn, then we haven't got caught yet, right? If you can take him out.
And I would also have to make another check against the water when I open the door, but that doesn't seem too hard.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah, sure, I can give it a try if you want.
Let's do it. Let's just keep pushing our luck.
So, action 1, interact to open the door. So,
yep.
Move the door out of the way. Put the little white line.
Oh, yeah, the little white line there.
That it's open.
There we go.
So that was 1, which I'm still adjacent to the water, so I need to make a stealth check. Red, green.
Crocodiles are always watching.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'll let you roll the dice there. There we go. All right, red, green. All right, I'm controlling the screen. I got to remember that. All right.
So that is enough successes. And then last action. I like this being covered. It's just like I crawl under the desk. I don't know what this is.
Is it a couch or something?
I hide on the bear trap, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. But yeah, so then I will.
He's going to commando roll in. Yep.
2.
All right.
Which now that the door is open.
Now the door's open, we put Crocmaster in.
Yes, Crocmaster is in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I think he's there.
Yeah,
and the Cobra officer, if it was a 4-player game, the Cobra officer would also be in.
Yeah, so it's just him right now.
Yeah, so let's get a good look at Crocmaster there. So that's pretty cool. Nice.
That is a nice mini.
Yeah, very cool. Hopefully we'll get Croc minis too if it's like a stretch goal or something like that. That'd be cool.
Is he holding a hook or is he missing a hand like Teehee from James Bond?
I think he's holding a hook. But
yeah, I think it looks like he's holding it in the picture.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's cool. All right. So
that is it for me.
That is it. Okay, and
They're
then
still none the wiser.
So I feel like Duke should just stay where I am again. I'll just
and I am once again not moving the dog.
I'll just feed him some Scooby snacks or something. Now we're waiting for the signal, and then we can race across. Okay. All right. Well, we go into round 4.
Yes, that was the. What did you take? Did you take a turn? Or?
Yeah. Well, anything that I do is gonna.
Okay, fair.
Is gonna cause problems, so I'm using my patience.
Next round.
So next round, Nelly, you should start, right? So you can do some damage in there.
Oh my god, do we want to
go for it.
Crocmaster or
yeah, go for it because all that's going to happen is if we have a turn, we're either going to waste our turns or we're going to likely to alert everyone and then you'll get ganked sort of thing. So
okay, which actually because we need to kill Crocmaster anyway to take the key.
Get the keys, yeah. Otherwise, I would have said just leave that door closed.
Yeah, just I will sneak to a vehicle and I will leave. When they chase me, you guys go to the next vehicle.
I think we should be able to move this bin, just like move. Sort of
I like the random trash can that's in the all right, so and then you said
what do we got
this
here?
Is just an obstacle. So where's Crocmaster's sheet? What do we got here? So he has 11 health, no defense dice. Sunken terrain grants him light cover and an extra black dice to his defense. That's fine. He's not in the sunken terrain. Spawns 1 crocodile adjacent to Crocmaster.
Let's have a look. Sorry, guys. We're looking at Crocmaster here. Yep. Let me. There we go. So, what's he got? He's got 11 health. All right. That's gonna take a big blast from the submachine gun. Sunken terrain grants Crocmaster light cover and extra thingy to his defense. He also ignores any terrain-related MP penalties. Yep. There you go. So, and you can see that the Crocs get those little stats and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And they're pretty scary because they sort of trip you up and hold you down, sort of thing.
I'm gonna point blank shoot this dude with my compact SMG.
Why not?
Why not? So what is it? A green and a blue? Green and blue. And then you also get you're also gonna get some extra stats here, aren't you? 2.
Was point blank a trait, or was that just a rule thing about like not being able to shoot point blank with range?
Oh yeah, I think it was.
Where is it?
Good question.
I remember seeing point blank somewhere.
Yeah, I think there was definitely something about it to do with the bad guys. When they prefer to use.
Point blank.
Oh, sorry.
I'm on page 13. At close range, the firearm doesn't need a minimum range to attack adjacent targets, though it still requires 1 damage. Okay.
Ah, there we go. Yeah.
Weapon okay, so that's a weapon property. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. In that case, yeah, let's take him down. All right. So we're rolling green and blue.
Oh, this is what I was looking for. Page 8. Special rules, point blank shots. Against adjacent enemies, the weapon's base range becomes 0. So to hit, I have to spend a star to turn the weapon into +1. If it had the point blank trait, I wouldn't need to do that.
You wouldn't need to do that.
Okay,
right.
So
that's
okay. So my weapon is going to be a range 0 because I'm adjacent to him.
Right.
So I have to spend 1 star to increase the range, which that's fine. All right. So yeah, I will attack him, which is a green-blue.
Green and blue, and you get you'll get some extra pips to this. You'll get the big pips and the little 2 little pips and 1 big pip. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So that's 2 damage, 3 damage, and then I have 1, 2, 4 pips. So 1 to increase the range because I'm point blank. And then the other 3 to increase the damage, so 6 damage.
Right. There we go. So 6 damage in total. And we've got, what are they? These. So let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got 6 damage on him. Or should we put that near the model?
And that does get rid of my hidden token. Because I do not have.
Yes, not hidden anymore.
All right.
Okay. Now I believe, Andrew, we are still hidden though, because
you guys are still hidden, but now they're going to start going.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I could potentially get the kill if I spend a thing to attack again.
Yeah, all right. You won't get the bonus. Though.
Yeah, I won't because I'm no longer hidden.
But I mean, why not? Like, what else are you going to do? What else could you do? You could perform a successful stealth check against all enemies in line of sight. You could just hide back under the table. Stealth mastery. Perform a successful stealth check against all enemies in line of sight. Gain a hidden token. That'd be.
From Crocmaster's point of view, that would be the most bananas thing.
I mean, he would still attack me because I've already alerted them. But I would get the extra dice for.
You get the extra dice, yeah. It's like you saw nothing.
Well, let's see how much. So the max amount of damage I can get on this is 5. How much health does he have left?
He's got
he has
6
5
left.
health. He has 5 health left.
Oh, you did 6 damage, right? Yeah, so he's got 5 left. Yeah.
So I could get the kill potentially. I'm gonna greed.
All right.
So I will spend the heroic effort to make a second attack.
Second attack. Yep, I like it.
And SMG.
Nice.
No bonus damage this time though.
All right. Ooh.
Okay.
So 1 damage. I have to spend 1 pip to increase the range. The other 2 pips will become damage, so that's 1, 2, 3 damage.
3 damage in total.
So he has 9 damage. He is still alive.
Still alive. All right.
So we have now been alerted.
Yes. What's his aggro? 26. Okay. So that was 2 hero. No. Was that just one hero going first?
That was my turn.
Yes. So
yeah,
technically,
I'm
one
not gonna
more.
move the dog. Yeah.
You're gonna move. Well, if they're alerted, you could.
Yeah, but I still run the risk of adding
run
the
the risk of
crocodiles to the water.
Well, also, like maybe the dog doesn't. Maybe the dog doesn't alert them because the dog is just a token and.
Yeah,
Like,
potentially, because it says
yeah.
specifically.
It's like heroes, right?
Yeah, each time a Joe performs an action.
I reckon Timber like talks to the crocodiles and says, "Woof woof," like "Woof woof." These guys are our friends. Don't attack them. Woof woof, and he like he's running through. But up to you. Like, yeah, I think you should be able to run across that water fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how much movement does Timber have? Movement 5. So he can't go diagonal. That's me. So 1, 2.
Hide behind the thing so they don't shoot him.
But I can't go diagonal.
Oh no. Okay.
So it'll be
Well, we could just leave him there.
2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 5. I would have cover.
Yeah.
Because he'd be shooting.
Just swimming in the water.
Yeah, just ignoring the alligators that are in here.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And then I think, Andrew, I'm going to suggest maybe you go next. Because you could maybe up to you. But like, I think you're probably because you got to. I guess we both got long range weapons, but like you could maybe snipe this guy or something, or.
Do you have more range than I do?
Well, let's have a look. Good question. You've got a range of 3 on here with Pips giving you a range of +1 here. Well, no, I was looking at my combat knife going, well, there's no range on that. That's terrible. I've got a range of 2. Well, I've got a range of 2. My Pips can give me extra range, but if we look at how much Pips I don't get a lot of Pips there. So I feel like you've probably got a better chance of getting a long range shot off across the water there.
Okay.
And maybe if they move towards us after their activation, they'll be closer for me to take them out, sort of thing.
Right.
So, or the other option is we could let them all go now, and then we could go together as a joint turn next turn.
I kind of like that idea because right now,
let them all attack Nelly.
I mean, that's fine as long as none of you guys get wounded. I can be wounded. Also,
I like that plan.
They did clarify what rapid fire means. Because that was another one we had an issue with last time.
Oh yeah, what was that?
So we were doing it correct. Rapid fire. You can follow up with an additional attack after resolving the current one against another target at the same or shorter range.
At the same or shorter, okay.
And rapid fire can trigger again during the second attack for a third, and so on. However, each consecutive activation costs an extra pip, and each target must be different.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. So we're gonna abstain from our turn, and the Joes will go. Sorry, the Cobra forces will go now.
So highest
these
aggro.
Guys have a 23, 19,
26.
These guys 26.
So Croc is going to go.
Techno Vipers are 22. All right. So it is Croc Master. All right.
All right. So shuffle.
Okay. All right. Shuffle his deck up. Here we go. And I hope he runs away and tries to hide under the table.
I honestly, I do too. I stab him and I shoot him.
He's going to try and block the objective. I think that one is. So he's going to run out to his bike and go, "Don't steal my bike."
Path to mission objective. So he's going to move to the mission objective.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's the mission objective? The number 1.
1 or 2, I guess. I guess 1 is. Does it say nearest mission objective or just mission objective?
I think it's always just in general. They would always go to the closest.
Yeah, so he's gonna. Well, I think that's thematically good too because he's gonna go and try and get on his bike. He's like, he's like that table was painful.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here.
He has a move of 4.
Okay.
So he would go 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. He's like, guys, the strangest thing just happened.
I had the weirdest dream and woke up bleeding.
Then
attack someone he can see.
Attack someone he can see, which he
can
and
see
still
me.
see you. Yeah. He's like, he doesn't know what's under that table, but he's going to shoot at it. Actually, no, he doesn't, because he doesn't have a he doesn't have line of. Oh no, sorry, his whip hook. Wait, where's
It's
the
0 with
reach?
it has a reach 3.
Reach 3 though. Is that in range 3? Let's have a look here. One,
1,
two,
2,
3.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to whip the table, right? Indiana Jones style.
Would he go after my dog? Because my dog is closer.
Is the dog? Oh, he can see past this too, can't he?
Yeah. The dog has cover because of the water.
Oh, the dog is closer. I think he would go after the dog.
Yeah, and the dog does, and the dog is still hidden.
Ah, now that's a good question as well. Like, it's like, is the token count as hidden?
Well, the what's it called?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It talks about it. It talks about him being hidden, doesn't it? Yeah, and he's yeah, over here. Oh, wait, automatically gain a hidden token if they. Oh yeah, but yeah. Okay,
yeah,
so
dog,
because
the dog can be hidden.
Yeah. So I would assume, as per the rules, if you start the game with him hidden, he start. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I think he would actually go after the dog because they always go after the closest target.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I'm 3 away. Dog's 2 away.
The table attacks him. He bursts out the door. And then he sees this strange dog.
He's like, "You're not an alligator."
Yeah.
I keep saying alligator. This dude does crocodiles.
Yeah, crocodiles.
So what's his attack die? So 1 blue and
1
2
blue
yellow.
and 2 yellows. All right. How much health does poor old doggo have over here?
4.
4 health. All right.
1 blue, 2 yellow.
2 yellow. We're going to zoom in here.
And since he has the hidden token, he gets a black dice, I think it was.
Hidden.
Yes, a black die.
Stealth, a black dice, which is, yep. So you get bonuses to your attacks, plus you get the black dice. All right. We're hoping for that symbol because I think that means the.
Yeah, that just means the attack fails.
Yeah. All right, that's what we want.
Godspeed.
Yeah. Oof. All right.
So 2 damage. That cancels out one of the pips. So 2 damage and 2 pips.
2 pips. All right.
Which means with the pips. So do these guys have like a priority in which they do their choices?
I think it talks. I thought it talks about they go in a strict order. Let's have a look here. When activating Cobra. Let's see. Activating Cobra turns with rolls. Cobra cards. Sheet of actions. Cobra activation cards. Each line of action represents the order. Always follow the orders from top to bottom. If an order cannot be completed, yeah. Oh no, that's the activation card. Sorry, the weapons. Where's the?
I remember seeing one, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Sorry,
where it was.
folks at home. Sorry, this is probably not the most exciting, but so that we can make sure we're trying to get. Here we go. Load out weapons. I thought it. Yeah, here we go. Main differences between G.I. Joe and Cobra. Cobra weapons properties must be activated in a strict order from top to bottom on the card. They can be activated as many times as possible as long as the necessary pip is available, but once reaching the bottom, the player must activate properties in order until no properties remain. And so I'm assuming it means left to right.
Yeah, so the +1 days, pull, restrain, trip in that order.
Yeah.
So he had 2 damage and 2 pips. So 1 pip will make me disoriented. Is that what that is?
Yes. Yeah. Disorient token, and then 1 will pull the dog towards him. He's going to try and. Is that how you're reading that? Like you go left to right.
Pull 1. Yeah. That's how I was doing that too.
Yeah. So 1 space closer.
So 1 and 2 damage.
2 damage. Yeah. Poor old Timber. No. Okay. And
so that's his activation.
Crocmaster just made it personal.
Yes. Yeah. Oh no. He's in trouble now.
Oh, wait, he's not done. And then he does again. And then he Gator. So he
stuff.
spawns one crocodile adjacent to him.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you put the Croc token? No.
They're just above the lake there or the river. Yep.
So one Croc token adjacent to him.
And then they have 2 movement point per activation, not impaired by sunken terrain. Only 1 damage is necessary to draw them away. Basically neutral. So basically they only have 1 damage each. Only 4 Crocs can be deployed at the same time. Each round they perform.
They will move with their 2 move points and then attack with their jaws. Okay.
Yeah.
So now the Croc will go.
And he rolls. What is it? A red.
So,
just a single red.
He's already adjacent, so he doesn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
So just a single red.
Yep.
I'm not hidden anymore, right? My dog's not hidden anymore.
Not hidden.
So I don't get my black die.
Uh-oh.
I've been worried about this dog for so much. He's going to die in the first turn. So 1 red.
Oh, this is going to make it. This is going to make it very personal, like Andrew was saying.
Mm-hmm.
The dog's dead.
No.
No,
Timber. Yelp.
He died as he lived. Food for the crocodiles.
I'm gonna put him here on your card. You can still carry his body to safety.
In the arms of an angel.
Oh, what a nefarious fiend that was! All right. Well, that was a punishing Cobra turn. We're not happy with that. And unfortunately, the Cobra Vipers didn't get any closer to us, Andrew. Our super plan didn't work very well. So we can both go. I reckon, why don't you go? Because then I could potentially come and give you an extra action and stuff as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Thingy.
So here's where you are. You can let us know what you would like to do.
Yeah. How about if I just move diagonally once towards the bottom, like that for 1.
Yep.
And then straight towards Crocmaster, 2, 3, 4 into that water space.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that here. So that first one is actually only 2. One thing that I also saw that they updated.
Yes.
In cover, where is it? It's 2 action, like when you're moving into cover, but it's only 1 moving out of cover.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you could get a further space.
Yeah. Crossing a line adds an extra movement cost, but this applies only when entering a space, not when leaving it.
Now, if Andrew was to make a heroic resolve to heroic effort or whatever to add +2 to the movement, could he jump out here and then attack? Like that would only be 1 action that he's done near water. So less.
Because he was over here, right?
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, so it'd be 1 because he can go diagonal. 2,
2,
3, 4.
3, 4.
5.
5.
And then he can spend 6. 1 to go there.
Yeah.
But he's adjacent to 2, so he'd be triggering 2.
Adjacent to 2. All right. So you could do that if you wanted to, or you could stay in the water for like the cover.
Yeah, if you stay in the water, you'll be triggering 3.
Oh yeah. So your choice, Andrew.
And if I trigger and they pop up, they attack me right away, don't they?
They don't attack you right away. They'll attack you when Crocmaster activates.
Right.
Yeah. What if he's dead before they get a chance to do that?
I mean,
what?
You're not
actually, even if he's not in play, they still, which actually that's a good question. It's like, when do they activate? Because it talks about even when he's danger tokens
represents his Crocmasters, even when he's not
in play.
Okay.
So I would imagine that after that they would just count as like maybe we would just use his aggro for when they go or something.
Right.
It's so they would activate on his turn, but even when he's not there, they still function as the crocodile, like the crocodiles and sunken terrain, like have light cover. So like I think they just pose as like obstacles. I don't think they would attack once dude's gone.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, I was reading that as let's have a look at this. Where's this thingy here up here? Is that where it says remember that both crocodiles and characters in sunken terrain it says have light cover?
Yeah, so
I don't think it's saying they are I think it's saying
no,
that
not
they
that they are, but they have like cover, so they just kind of
Yeah.
function as obstacles because you can't move through an enemy space.
Oh, okay. Hmm. All right. Well, that's a question for the folks too. Like,
Yeah,
do you? Because otherwise, it seems like they're much less scary if we can take him out.
Right. Okay, so let's spend that
Yeah.
heroic thing to get
Yep.
as far from the water as I can, so that there's less chance
Yep.
of Croc happening.
All right. So, so we're going here,
All right.
and that's all with like one action, but a heroic resolve to make it a bit of a longer action. And then, are you gonna
they do
shank
attack.
him? They do attack. Oh,
Up here,
actually, before.
Well, not right now, but even if we
Yeah,
get rid of Crocmaster, because
Yeah.
each round they perform that thing at the bottom. So even if he doesn't do the crocodile symbol,
Oh, right.
but each round they would still perform
Let's have a
the
look
thing.
there. Yeah,
And
let's have a look.
That's what it looks like.
Oh,
to
yeah.
me.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. Now, so let's actually we don't get to attack yet, do we? Because we've got to do the test.
Yeah. So 2 stealths.
2 tests. 2 stealth checks. Now, 2 greens. So we need another green die here. All right, here we go, Andrew. All right.
Okay.
All right.
What do I need to get?
3.
3. Oh, nailed it.
All
Nailed it.
right,
All
so
right,
that's 1.
that's the first roll.
Mhm.
All right. Oh, nailed it again.
All right, success.
I don't know what we were worried about. We should have been jumping back and forth.
Okay. Let's shank the Crocmaster.
All right. Now we need red and is it red and green?
Red and green.
Right. You don't want to crossbow him in the face? All right, here we go. All right. Oof. Oh, that's all right. How many wounds did we only needed to do like 2, didn't we? So that's 1, 2. So you basically get to take him out. You could make one of these silent, I guess. So is there just general rules? Like if he takes this guy out with a silent weapon, then dives back in, like it's only Snake Eyes that can like gain hidden after he's
So
lost,
the way
right?
the way it works out that I'm understanding is like right now he's still hidden because he has the hidden token. So he gets the +1 little pip.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Which he'll then attack and kill.
Yeah.
So if he made it a silent thing, he'll keep the hidden token.
Yes.
And then what determines if he loses it is where he ends his turn. Like if he ends his turn right there, blue will see him, so he will lose the hidden token. But if he then moves into yellow,
dives into the bin,
he can keep the hidden token.
But I think I'd need to spend more heroic to move again, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, you've got that.
You got that
agent. Yeah. So once per round, after neutralizing an enemy with a melee weapon, gain a free attack or movement action, which must be performed immediately. So you could dive into the bin, or you could shoot the crocodile, or you could shoot this guy with your.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got a couple options there.
Yeah, let's.
But remember, even if you are hidden, they're still going to activate and potentially.
That's
shoot you. Is that right?
You'll get that black die as a defense.
You'll get the black die. Yeah.
But
so your choice.
You are happening. Your turn's happening right next. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So let's just to help clear a little path for you here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's use that free action to shoot the crocodile that just spawned.
Yeah, nice. Now the other thing too, so you've got all these pips that we were spending. So you definitely had enough to do it. So you can definitely do one to make it silent. But I believe you had another pip to generate the parry token. I think that's.
Okay.
So that's just going to give you a bit of a better defense, I think. Is that right, Nelly? In the future round, or is that?
Yeah. So you'll get a parry token, or when activated, gain a parry token, which adds to defense against adjacent enemies.
Yeah.
And then remove the parry at the start of your next activation. So it'll only help if they run up to you.
If they run up
to you, it won't do anything.
Yeah.
But
okay.
But they could draw that card that does that, or and this is crocodile in front of you and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yep. All good. So you've got those things happening. We've taken out Crocmaster. Haha. Oh, now hold on. How do we get the keys off him? Is
I
that a
think it's
special
automatic.
action?
Automatically have his keys.
When he's neutralized,
So I take a mission. So
the closest Joe
Joe
takes a mission marker, and I guess it's
What are the mission
Scarlet
markers?
gets it right because she's the closest one.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Mission
she
markers
killed
are
him. Yeah.
So let's just use that one. So we'll put that mission. They're the keys. I should have made up a key token.
All right.
All right. So you got the keys. I'll just flip this over so it looks more like a mission token. There we go. Okay. And all right, we're shooting, or are we going to attack it? We're going to hit it with the ninja claws.
We'll shoot the crocodile just for variety.
Well, yep. Okay. The only thing is, I think you're going to have to spend because it is.
Oh, that's right, because
Jason,
he
isn't it?
is adjacent.
You have to
All right.
spend a token to make it hit in range. So you'd be kind of wasting a thingy.
True.
All right.
Okay. So claw it up. Yeah.
But your choice though. We can.
Now we'll claw it up. I forgot that I'm still kind of adjacent.
Here's my rolling. I'm just going to flip it. All right. All right. All right. There we go. So, three. Well, it's only got one hit, right? So, but you've got enough to get keep the silent. You got enough pips there. Plus, you, I think you also got. Do you get another parry token? I guess so. Not sure.
Let's
give you another one. Yeah. Okay. But now that you've ended and
so
they can see you, you're no longer hit.
Yeah.
Right.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's time to bring the fight to them anyway.
All right. So you guys give me the whistle, and I decide to come running in. So, so I need that grappling hook so I can swing over. You watch. I'll be immediately swamped by crocodiles. Can I run back the other way? All right. So. I've only got 2 activations. I can perform a second movement or special action during my turn without expending heroic resolve. So I could do 2 movement actions if I wanted to. How far away are these guys? I could just try and take a long range shot across the water here. Let's see. I can go 1, 2. I wonder if I should just try and. I'm over here. I wonder if I should just try and run across this way. What's my movement? I've got a movement of 3. So do I just try and run across here? Yeah, maybe I'll jet myself across this way. So 1, that's going to be 2. 1, 2, 3.
No, it's 1 because you're leaving cover.
Oh, leaving out. That's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
so 1.
But you wouldn't have
2,
to go into the water because that one would cost 2.
Yeah, but if I spend a heroic resolve, I might, which I will do. I could add +2 to my movement action. 1.
So that'd be 3, 4.
2, and then so that essentially would be the 3, 4. So that would be that movement, right?
You'd have 1 more because you have
1 more.
Yeah, because you have 5.
Right.
But now you'd be making a check against 5 adjacent waters.
Wow.
Yeah. If I spend another heroic resolve to move diagonally here, which I will do, and now I only have to do 3 checks. All right. I suppose I should have run across this way, right? What could have happened if I was here and go 1?
You can only do 1 heroic resolve per purpose.
Okay.
So you would be able to do the +2 movement again.
Well, let's have a look. So if I do my first movement as 1, spend 2 heroic resolves to sort of combine this as a movement and a thingy. So that's 1. Oh no, hold on. Wait, I just want to give myself +2. Sorry, I think so. 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that work?
So you could actually get because that'd be leaving cover again. So you could do.
Oh yeah. So
you were here, right?
Yeah.
So you would be able to do 1. If you're spending 2, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you wouldn't be adjacent to any water, but you'd also be out in the open.
Yeah. Yes. I could end here though, right? But then
Yeah,
there's
but you'd be
there's the
making
crocodiles.
the three checks. Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's let's do it. I'll be fine out here.
That's fine
Okay.
as long as two of us aren't
Yeah.
wounded.
Yeah. And then I will. Yeah. So we've done that. We've run across the water, skipping across the water, avoiding the crocs, and then so that's one movement. But I had to give myself a heroic effort. I think I only had to do one though, didn't I? I'm not doing
You did two.
some
One for the adjacent, and one for
one for
the
the
+2.
extra movement. Oh, okay. So then I would like to, I guess, shoot. Although I could. Do you make may target one adjacent already? I might do this first. So I'll give Scarlet the chance to shoot this guy. So you can do a free act, or you could move as well, Scarlet. Your choice. So target one
Right.
adjacent. Oh, hold on. This is an action though. So if I do this, I don't think I get to attack. So I may as well attack. So, all right. Sorry, Scarlet. I'm going to take that back. All right. So I'm going to be using this. This pulverizer submachine gun. So I need a red. And it's got a range of 2. So yes,
Perfect.
in range. And I can spend these to get extra pips to get extra attacks, or I can rapid fire. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do it. All right. So, or should I be rolling this against the guy further away to get the rapid fire on the thingy? I think I'm just going to do it at the closest guy. So I've got a range of 2. I'm in range. I've got 1, 2, 3 hits. Plus I can do another 2. That's 4, 5 hits, I think.
So 5 damage on the Viper, who has 6 health. So, so he's got
no longer.
3.
I'm no longer hidden, by the way. Yep. 4, 5.
4.
All right. Nice. And that I think is the extent of my turn.
So now
the
23. So now all the Vipers will go.
Vipers go. All right.
Starting with closest. So this guy.
All right. Let's use that guy. We'll flip his card. All right. He's going to move. He's going to search for a target. And he gets +2 movement. So he's like super fast. And it says when they're searching for a target, they actually try and stay within range. So he's actually going to try and stay within his range 3, but look for like the best cover he can get. I think if we're right with that. So he doesn't try and get right up to us, unless it says he's doing his like secondary movement one. So that's over here. So search for a target, move to a space with line of sight to the nearest enemy with whom line of sight can be established. While doing so, stay in the best cover possible from the target. And among spaces with equal cover, choose the one that offers the clearest line of sight. And also, if there are still equal thingies, try to stay as close to the possible base range. So that's the base range would be 3. So I think what he's going to do is maybe dive under this table, or actually would this one be closer?
This will be closer because diagonal will be 1, 2.
Yeah, and he wants to stay within range. Yep. So, and he's got movement like what? Where's the Cobra?
He's got a movement of 3.
Vipers 3
plus 2, so 5.
+2. Yeah, so he's got plenty of. So I think this is what he does. He moves under here. he dives under the table, and I believe Duke is the closest there, so he's going to shoot at Duke. What's their abilities here? They need to have things when they move through a space occupied. Oh no, that's thingies. Cobra troop phalanx while adjacent to other Vipers. No, if Cobra, no, so that doesn't. So if Cobra Commander were here, they'd be a bit more beefed up. And if they move while adjacent to other Vipers, they sort of get bonuses as well. He's going to roll a green and a yellow, and if he rolls little pips, that's +2 damage as well. So yeah, what do we say? Green and yellow. Green and yellow against Duke here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so he's got
1.
2 hits plus another, essentially 2 hits because he doesn't need the range.
Yeah, so 4 damage to you.
4 damage to myself. So let's take a 3. Oh, that's a
4
bleed.
damage.
Yikes. All right. Luckily, I've got a big, I've got 12 health. I'll be right. I'll just rest. I'll just take a rest in the middle of this firefight.
So
Okay.
next up is this Viper.
Next up, this guy. Okay, so we draw a card for him. And he's going to, is that
He's taking cover.
taking cover? He's like, yikes.
So he's going to move to improve his cover.
Mhm.
If there's equal cover, choose the one that offers the clearest line of sight. And if they're still equal, stay as close to the base range of the primary weapon. So
let's see.
You can't go into that red.
No,
So-
would he try and hug this wall?
Yeah, because the black would be cover, so you can go here.
Yeah. All right, so he hugs the wall. He can still peek out and shoot this way, but he gets cover.
And then
he fires, I think, does he? Shoots at the...
yeah, that's an attack order.
I think that 2 means... Does that mean he attacks 2 different targets?
I think so. Let's see.
Yeah.
Search for target, push for tactical, block. Attack order. When this appears, he attacks the target. Cobras will generally use the range of the weapon. If the range is equipped, enemy is adjacent. Target has a melee weapon. Attack orders may have bonus damage or range. So yeah, it doesn't say what the 2 punch is. I'm assuming that's 2 attacks.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's let's see how much damage he does. All right. So I feel like the closest is probably equal here, right? So he's going to go against the one he's got better line of sight to.
He's closer to Scarlet. Scarlet's
Closer
2
to
away. You're 3 away.
Oh, okay. So I guess he's going to go against Scarlet here. So, all right, let's roll it up. He gets 1.
You should also have a defense die for Scarlet.
Oh yes, let's get this defense die. Which one is
she
that?
Has the white dice.
Is that this lightest one here? I think.
I assume so. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So I'll roll that one. So, oopsie. Oh, that was definitely not as high. Should we just re-roll that whole thing? I think. Yeah. Sorry, Andrew. If this kills you. Oh, that's not bad. All right. So he gets 2 full hits, but no pips. Is he within range? Yes, he is. Yeah, he's within range. Okay. So this one would negate, I think, the smaller pips. Yeah,
not the actual damage.
Yeah.
So just 2
damage. 2 damage on Andrew.
2 damage is all right. I can deal with that.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, sweet. All right, and then our last Viper over this way. He's going to what? He's going to draw a card and.
Oh wait, attacking twice.
Attacking twice. Yeah, my apologies. So the question is, does he attack me now, or does he attack the same target? Let's just say, for the sake of fun, let's say he attacks another target within range. So 1, 2, 3. Let's make it a bit like rapid fire or something. So unless you can see anything specifically different, I'm going to say
I do not.
Yeah, let's take a hit now. I do not have armor. Always wear your helmet, kids. All right, so he's going to roll against me. He has the range. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So he's rolled a 1 hit, 2 hits, and then that one gives +2. So I think I've taken another 4 damage. Yikes. So where's 1, 2. And another one there. Oof. Okay. And our friend over here is going to... He hears some mysterious noises. So he attacks within range and then attacks. So this guy just stays where he is and starts... He's totally lost it. He just starts firing into the bushes like What was the guy in Predator? He's like got all painless and he just starts spraying the thing with the helicopter machine gun thing, minigun. So
Oh,
this,
I
yeah,
remember. Okay, I think I remember
yeah,
what that too is.
yeah.
I think that's an old rule because I'm not seeing it in the rulebook anymore, so I think it just might not be fixed. But wasn't the two they would use their secondary weapon?
Oh,
And if they can't use the
and if they
secondary
can't,
weapon,
they
they
use
would do
the.
their default.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna choose to interpret.
Yeah, so if
We don't take another shot.
well, it looks like they changed
Yeah.
like in the rule books. It looks like it changed where now they'll use their ranged weapon unless the melee is equipped and within range. In which case, they would
Right.
always prefer the melee.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it looks like in that case, he would just attack. He would attack with melee if he could, but he can't, so he'll do ranged. And
Yes.
then this guy would attack with ranged, and then attack with melee if he can. If not, he'll attack with ranged again. So not three attacks.
Right. Okay. Now, actually, technically, this guy could, I guess, could he get within range? He's got a range of 3, and then if he rolls 3 of these, he can get another range. So he could. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. A range of
each
3
one's +2,
plus 2, and he can get up to 4. So he could be in range actually.
Yeah, it's long,
Yeah.
quite literally a long shot.
Yeah. All right.
And you have cover because he's shooting through the yellow.
Yeah. All right. So he's taking the same dice again. Okay. So luckily, not a lot of range there, because otherwise that would have been a big hit. Okay. So.
Yeah, that would be 5.
Yes.
1, 2,
Swing
3,
and a miss.
4, 5. So no good.
No good.
And then he'll try again.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, lucky. All right. Got away with it. All right. So they've all activated, and now since we don't have any more turns, the Techno Vipers will activate as well. All right, Mr. Techno Viper, you have a range. You are going to shuffle up. Oops, let's move these out of the way.
They're purple, so I feel like that means they're bad news.
Yeah, they're the elites. All right,
Oh,
so first one, which I guess the closest is this one down here. He's going to try and take a shot. His power hammer. Now it says he attacks. Will he attack with the power hammer, or this is his secondary one? The plasma pistol.
Yeah, but this is the one that actually has the ranged.
Yeah, so I think he'll still go with this, right? So
yeah, it looks like there's no longer primary, secondary, just melee
really?
ranged.
Oh, I should have just put them together then. All right, so in
yeah,
that case,
he'll do that. He'll do this if he's adjacent, but he'll do this if he's not.
Well, let's do one. So yeah, has he got the range with that though? He's got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't reach.
Can't reach. Right. Okay, so we're okay there. Then he's going to try and move to cover, or try and improve his cover, right? So
yeah, he's got to move a 3.
So I guess he could try and move around. I'm trying to remember if he tries to maintain line of sight though. But improving his cover would definitely be if he went on the other side of this helicopter, right?
Well, he would in order. He would move to improve cover against as many enemies, and then the one that offers the clearest line of sight to the enemies.
Yeah.
So it's a clearest line of sight. If he goes back there, he doesn't have a clear line of sight because of the red.
Well, remember though, when you're standing behind something like this, you actually have line of sight, like you can see around it with no penalty, because you
you pick a corner to start.
So he could actually see here and then like shoot through here.
Yeah.
So that's no different to being here, I think. Like, still have line of sight, I think. Can he get there though?
Yeah, because he can't move
1,
diagonally.
2, 3. That's not really.
So would he go here? Because this is a black thing here.
Oh, it is too.
So if he did like.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't
1,
see that. Yeah,
2,
absolutely.
3.
Yeah. Well, I guess if he goes here, he's improved his line of sight, improved his cover, but he's still got line of sight. So maybe he just stays there. Yeah.
And then what else does he do after that? And then attack with secondary if he can. So he's just going to shoot again. Which
Yeah.
I still think he's not in range. One,
Yeah,
2,
1,
3, 4,
2.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And our other friend is going to draw his one, and he's going to try and regroup. So he tries to get towards his mate, which he's kind of already there.
Which
But
I think
guess he's
he would also move to
trying to get
the best
better
cover / line of sight.
So he's probably going to run over
here like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then he's going to heal, but no one's been damaged. So he would heal up to 2 allies. And then inspires. Oh, he inspires his buddy. So
he pats him on the shoulder and says, "Good job, Greg."
He says that you
found that cover, buddy.
You found that great cover there. There we
you
go.
found that tree.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. And now, round 5.
And now we flip the token.
Now we flip the token thingy. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Now, at this point, if we roll a Cobra symbol, Major Blood arrives. Okay. So we don't want that. Oh, by the way, we're saying that. Oh, and it's not flip, it's roll. Heads is G.I. Joe, and tails will be Cobra. All right. Come on. Oh, dang it. All right. So Cobra, that's the worst possible outcome. All right. So Cobra have the advantage, so they now get their little bonus rules. Plus, Major Blood shows up. Is it at the start of the turn? I think it is, isn't it? So he shows up here with 2 of
Cobra
these
troopers
Cobra troopers.
At deployment 1.
All right. At deployment 1. There we go.
And these
2
are
Cobra troopers.
Regular vanilla Cobra troopers, yes?
Yeah. So they're these ones here, which in theory are a bit easier. Like they've got three wounds and no armor.
The weakest of the weak.
Yeah, weakest of the weak. Yep. But this round, because they're in the ascendancy, they've got during this round all Cobra troopers have +2 movement, so they're going to be pretty speedy. Your movement 5. All right, but the Joes still get to go first, so we get to go first here. We've got the keys. Time to book it, I think. Yes. So we could get to this one, but then we probably should try and prioritize getting to this one over here, and then
we need at least
to get there. Yeah.
Well, Scarlet's the one that has the key to number 2, so Scarlet has to go to number 2.
You got to go to number 2.
I got to take the motorcycle.
Which means one of us can either go with Scarlet,
with her,
and the other one goes to 1, or the other 2 go to 1.
Yeah, you can fly. You got your pilot's license, don't you? Snake Eyes.
I mean, 1, 2.
I think it's better if Snake Eyes probably goes for the bike, 5. Right? Because he's.
I mean, I'd say we should push, like, rather than try to flee, like, push to the right while fighting.
Yes,
and try to make it so we can all leave on the same turn. Because if 2 of us leaves, then everyone's just going to focus that last guy.
Yeah. So I think again, I think Duke or Snake Eye should go before. Sorry, Scarlet or Snake Eye should go before me because I could potentially give you guys extra actions too.
What do you think, Snake Eyes? You want to go for it? Want to get out of that cabin and do something?
It's really comfy in here, though.
Yeah,
this is some prime real estate. These guys have. So let's see. So first action, I will move. So I have 5 movement. 1.
Good move. Run out the door.
3, 4, 5.
Yep.
You
can spray some of these guys with bullets.
Yeah, so this way I've got cover from these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then second action, what's my guns range? I probably should have looked at that first. Okay, as long as I get 1 star, I can hit I get these guys.
Weapon.
So I'll aim at Viper in the cover.
Okay.
So
he will get a
green
light
blue.
cover die. Green blue. And is it the light grey one? Is that the cover one?
Yeah, he's got light cover. So yeah, the light gray.
Yeah.
And then Vipers have no normal defense, so it's just these.
Nice.
Let's do.
Oof.
So range wise, 1, 2. So I need 1 more range. So this cancels 1 pip, but the last
Oh.
pip thankfully gives me the range, and I do 4 damage.
Sweet.
4 damage.
And that was to
Nice.
Viper, who has 6 health, so he still has 2 health. So
All right.
3.
Mm-hmm.
4,
All right.
5.
So that was Snake Eyes.
Wait, I only did 4 damage. 3, 4.
Now, what I'm thinking is maybe maybe I will, so that I can sort of I might let me think about this. So Andrew, like you could do some cool ninja stuff with Scarlet, or if I go next, then if I choose to stay where I am, I could take a shot, try and finish this guy off.
Mhm.
Then for my second action, I could activate you so that you could either shoot or you could run, sort of thing. But also it means that I'm not running away from you and providing like more of a target for these guys to get at the back here coming up towards you. And these guys, like maybe if I stay near you, they'll split their fire amongst us a little bit more. Or I could run up and give Snake Eyes another turn, sort of thing. But yeah, otherwise Scarlet could sort of run in. The thing is with Scarlet, if she takes a turn, if you run in and take this guy out in close combat, you could get like a bonus move where you could, or a bonus attack where you could potentially take the guy out as well. So,
I don't have
yeah.
to be in cover to get that bonus attack?
No, I don't think so. In fact, actually, that might work out better, I think, because either way, if you have your turn, take this guy out, maybe take this other guy out or something like that, you'll have pushed up a bit further, and then in my turn after the Cobra guys go, I can then potentially activate you again as well. So that could work. Yeah. So yeah, why don't we go with Scarlet?
Okay, let's jump in between those
All
guys.
right. So we're going to do a move to get in here.
I'm going to do that thing you suggested where I kill him with my thighs.
Yes, nice. All right. You're going to strap the ninja claws to your thighs or to your knees. All right. And so she cartwheels in, grabs him between the thighs, around the neck. And now he's going to get, because he's wholly within cover, he is going to get he's right under that table. It's hard to get under, it's hard to do this maneuver against a guy under a table. Okay. All right. So he cancels out one of your doodads.
My pips. All right.
You get
That's
one.
still enough to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we were supposed to get rid of these parry tokens too, weren't we? Because
yeah,
the round started. Yeah. But I guess you could earn one back by spending one to be a parry.
That is true, and I might need one here. So why don't I take one back? Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So he's got the parry token. Nice. And then so because you neutralize that guy. Once per round after neutralizing, you can do a free attack or movement action. So I guess you could run to get over here, and then you'd, that would be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could try and attack this guy. Your choice.
Well,
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe get into that motorcycle. You could run over to the motorcycle and go, "See you later," and then leave Duke by himself.
The guy next to me, is he at full health?
Yes. He is, yeah. So he's a tough proposition. You could, I mean, the dice say you can do it. The dice say you can get 7 pips, but yeah, that's a tall order.
Yeah. How about I run and then you can take a shot at him before you come join us?
Yeah. Okay. So you've got a movement of, was it 4? 5?
Oh wait, sorry, yeah, 4.
4.
4
so
and can move
1,
diagonal.
2. Where would you like to go? Would you like to sort of hug some cover behind?
Yeah, can I move through Snake Eyes and go up there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's do that.
All right, let's do that. All right. Okay, and that is that, I believe. All right, so now Cobra are going to activate with their highest thing, which I think is it the Vipers or the Techno Vipers? It's the Vipers.
Well, now Blood's also here. So
Blood. Oh, I forgot.
Blood is
Blood's
30.
Here. Now, when does Blood... it's when we do the... now that Blood is here too, every time we do the heroic resolve thing, if we get the ascendancy ourselves, he brings in reinforcements as well. So he's 30. Okay, so he's definitely going to want to make a move. He's got a movement of 4, and he's got his little deck here. So let's see what he does. Once per round, if he's about to be neutralized, he can do that thingy. Any weapon equipped by blood gains +1 to their range. So he's got +1 range to what's going on here. So he is going to search for a target, then attack a target, then he's going to move to get out of line of sight, I think.
He's going to move a
Is that right?
4.
So 4.
Oh, but because it's a them turn, he gets +2 to the movement. So
yes.
6.
Yep, let's show the folks that. Yep. Wow. And Cobra Squad characters within 5. Wow.
Yeah. So he would
he's got
go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because he can't do diagonals.
Yeah.
And then he would make an attack, which closest person is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's going to be a tall order. He's only got a range of 1 here.
Yeah, which he can get enough pips to do.
He can get enough pips, and he gets +1 because of this weapon expert. Gains +1 to their... if the target have to cover major blood rolls, attack roll also against... Yeah, so basically he gets to sort of negate our cover a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's got +1 range, and then since you have cover, he would get +1 damage.
And he's rolling a green and a blue. All right, green and a blue. Let's roll him. 1, 2. All right, he's out for blood. All right. Luckily, not a lot of pips there.
Yeah, so it does not reach.
He's
However,
lost a lot
after
of
attacking,
vegetation.
he does do that inspire thing.
Yes.
So he gains an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where those tokens are.
They are the little light bulb ones there. There we go. Okay. Does he inspire himself, or does he inspire troopers near him?
Inspire with the little face thingy means self.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool.
He's inspiring me to keep away from him.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so he's gone, and then Duke will get to go.
Yeah. All right. Duke.
So...
he has one more thing after the attack.
Oh, does he? Oh, sorry. Oh, I missed that bit. Yeah. So,
whatever the eye with the closest square without line of sight of enemies.
So maybe hiding behind this tree.
Yeah, which he has 6 movement. So 1, 2.
Well, that's actually
3,
1 there, isn't it?
4, 5.
2,
yeah.
3. Yeah. So there. Yeah. Very cool. And now Duke. All right. So do I keep these guys alive? I think I'm gonna. If I make a run for it, like I could say move up here or something, right? And then encourage Snake. I'll say, hey, Snake Eyes, you go run out there amongst those guys. I could give you an extra movement, or we could give like Scarlet the movement to sneak around here. Or
actually,
where was I? Just here?
Can we just win right now?
That's what I'm wondering.
How do we leave? At the end of a round? Oh, yeah, so
if at the end of the entire round?
Yeah,
so if I'm still adjacent to this, and if I inspire Snake Eyes...
Because then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, yeah.
Oh. So now we're all adjacent to vehicles and can just leave.
Yeah! Woo! We could do it. So otherwise, I was thinking, can Scarlet... because Scarlet could probably even do something similar where she could like do some cartwheels around here and stuff as well. So
well, but she has the key to the bike.
I got to stay with the bike.
She's got the key to the bike. That's right. She's got to stay there. All right. So Duke jumps on the bike with her. So yeah, I think so. Should we play out one turn and see how much damage they would do to us if we did it? Like I guess we don't need to, because we've skipped our way through it, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like the name of the game in this one, right? Is to you kind of got to use stealth as much as you can, sort of thing. So hopefully for folks at home, that has shown off like the stealth aspect to this game as well. Like I think the last mission was very sort of like guns blazing. We just kind of kicked down the door and went in and shot everything up, sort of thing. Whereas this kind of showed how you can sort of finesse the movement rules and the stealth and that sort of stuff to try and like, accomplish your mission at any cost, sort of thing, or like in the most efficient manner, sort of possible, sort of thing. So, yeah, well done, team. High five.
Nice work.
Yeah. And apologies though to the folks at OC Games I know we were sort of a bit slow getting started there, and if we were a bit sort of not correct in our resolution of how that sort of activation stuff goes, but hopefully it's good feedback for you guys to maybe it just needs to sort of be tightened up a little bit, some of the explanation there to make it clear, do the Cobra forces get to activate? Do they not? Because you can see this game, this would have felt quite a bit different probably if it's just a bit unsure, like what the interaction there with that hidden mechanic means if they were getting activations from the beginning. As you could see, like Major Blood was all the way over here, but he was still sort of getting to attack even from over here, take shots at Duke, who was on this side, even at long range. So even if we were hidden, technically, it doesn't look like there's anything that says they can't at least take the shot at us, sort of thing. But then why would they be taking the shot if we're hidden?
We would just have that black die.
Yeah. So but apologies if we weren't playing as intended with this scenario. If there was supposed to be a bit more pressure on us from the beginning, them coming in. But having played it through this way, it did feel kind of like thematic for us to be sort of like trying to hug the bushes as much as possible and make that choice about when to sort of come out and reveal ourselves and that sort of thing. So in terms of the arc of this game and this mission, I feel like we probably did play it correctly, and I think Nelly was correct. I don't know about how you guys felt, but did that feel like it sort of played out as it should, sort of thing? Certainly, this was a bit like this kind of felt a bit like, oh well, we were able to just escape and avoid all these guys, but as you could probably see, like we were sort of just able to sort of do that, and the troopers
they actually do get a turn.
Oh, they did get a turn?
It's at the end of the round we get to leave.
Oh, of course, so we've got to activate them. Yeah, okay, good. I was just going to say that might have felt a little bit
in which case
short
I was...
Yeah, you were... Oh, I think I was here. And
yeah, so you'd be... Yeah, oop.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, you'd be there, activated me, so then I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the question is, do you still want to do that?
You know what? Yes, because what I'm going to do is I'll take that movement, but then I'll spend a heroic effort to get +2.
Oh, yeah.
Go 1, 2.
Oh, nice. Jumps around the other side. Cool.
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
So assuming they don't down me, they can down you because Scarlet will drive.
Yeah. But at least, she can drag me in onto on the back of the motorcycle.
As long as they don't down
we just gotta
both
hold out.
of you or me, then we can.
All right, well, let's do it.
Okay,
so gotta survive this round.
First between 19.
I'm glad this is how it works, actually, because I was like, oh, that's a bit anticlimactic.
And we can just run past the blood. That's what we did last time too. We just ran right past blood.
I feel like at least in that one we had to fight our way through that building and back out again.
Yeah.
All right. So let's
Viper goes
Vipers
first.
So are they both 1, 2, 3? They're both the closest. I guess we can choose. Let's just start with this guy then.
Yeah, left to right.
All right. He is going to
move with
search.
a +1, and he can move diagonally this round.
Yes. Right.
So he would.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's because of their advantage. Yep. So
he would go 1, 2, and then since he's now in melee range, he'll attack with a melee weapon.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So that's going to be a green and a blue. It gets if defender has no cover, which I don't believe I do, they gain an extra pip. Yep. All right. So he's going to roll a green and a blue. I'll roll those. Okay. So we're adding 1 pip to this. 4 hits plus 2 pips. All right. What is he able to use those on?
So he's got 2 pips, which.
You can use it. You basically do a double damage there.
Yeah. So 4, 5, 6 damage to you.
6 damage. Oof.
Oh boy.
Now I was already on 4,
so I bring you to 10.
10. Yikes. 1 and 2. Oh, I'm 2 away from being totally incapacitated. That was just the first guy. All right. I could be
Now
wound free.
this Viper.
All right. So this Viper, he is going to do the same thing, except what's this? This is +1 range. Plus
Plus
one
one
health.
range and plus one.
What does that mean? +1
Plus
health.
one health. Maybe that means he does 1 extra damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because the heart is the damage.
Yeah. That's what. Yes, of course.
So plus
yeah,
1 range and
damage.
+1 damage.
Yeah, he's like he throws a med pack at me. He knocks me out.
So he'll go to me because the cover will make him. It'll take him longer because of the cover.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. Actually, he can get me from here.
Yeah.
And then he'll attack me with the melee, which is blue-green.
Would he still be able to shoot you from here? Or what if he went here, like, and gets cover? Would he?
Oh yeah, because he would just move to closest line of sight, right?
Yeah.
Actually, so would this guy have done the same? Would he have just shot you from here?
Yeah, as long as he stays within the 3, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, so
would he jump into this cover?
let's see what we're looking at with range. So he would move from here because I have cover from him.
Yeah.
So if he goes here, looks like I still have cover from him here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but what if he jumps in?
He's 1, and then he can do diagonal this turn.
Yeah.
So if he does from here, then I do not have cover from him here. So he'll go there and shoot me.
Yeah. Plus, it gives him the best cover too.
Yeah.
All right. And he's got a green and a yellow. Do you want to roll the dice for yourself?
Yeah.
Green and a yellow. There we go.
It's green and yellow? Yeah. Green, yellow.
Or did I misread that? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Green, yellow, and then I have the light dice for my armor.
Yes.
So the white die, which is this thing. So I negate 1 damage and I negate 1 pip, so just 2 damage.
Hey, not bad.
He is within range, so yeah, just 2 damage to me. I accept that. That's far better than what happened to my dog.
Yeah, I can take it.
Hashtag never forget. Didn't even make it to the half-hour mark.
I'm surprised we've left any of these guys alive after what just happened.
We just John Wick this entire mission. So now 19 and 22.
Purple
so now the
guys
Techno Vipers.
Techno Vipers. All right.
So this guy.
They're down here, so they're going to flip. And so
I don't trust anyone who calls.
Oh, one more damage. I forgot about that +1.
So the +1 there. Yeah. 3 damage. All right. Yeah. Techno Viper movement. So he moves to find a target, attacks the target, and then moves to the nearest ally, I guess. And we're starting with this one, are we?
Yeah, which he can't go diagonal, right? No. So
no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let's have a look at their bonus. Their bonus is so if there were the Cobra robots, the bats, within line of sight of the Techno Viper, they'd sort of be enhanced by the Techno Vipers because they sort of run diagnostics on them and stuff. Okay.
So I'm closest still, so it looks like he's still going to go for. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm still closest, so he would move to me because I'm the closest enemy.
Okay. And he's got. So where are we going?
He's got 3 movement.
3. So he doesn't move diagonally though, does he? So
no. So 1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Maybe trying to keep line of sight blocked from here. Yep.
Okay. I'll have good cover from him because of the red.
Yeah.
I have heavy cover. So
nice.
the dark gray dice.
Yep. And his attack is 2 greens.
2 greens.
2 greens with his plasma pistol. All right, which folks can see there.
a range of 1.
Mm-hmm.
So he does need to increase the range to hit me.
Yeah.
What does Pierce do? I'm assuming it hits people behind me.
Either that or maybe.
Oh, no, reduces cover.
Reduces cover, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, reduces cover by 1 or defense by 1 if there is no cover.
Right.
So I do not have heavy cover. He reduces it to light cover.
Right. Okay.
All right. Godspeed.
All right. Good luck. No pips. That's all right. So he's got maybe not even the range. Does he have the range now? 1, 2.
Yeah, that gives him
the range.
Yeah,
so he's only got 1 hit and 1 pip. 1 hit and 1 pip.
So just 1 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 1 damage.
Oops. I made a bunch of dice.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then
he's going to regroup.
Moving?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so. I think.
Yeah, tactical regroup. So he would move back to where he was.
Yeah. Or is he already regrouped with this?
Oh, yeah, because it's closest ally.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think he would move because if he moved here, he's maybe in less line, like he's in less cover. I think maybe. I don't know. Maybe he would just stay here. Because this is a bit more open here.
Yeah, because orange doesn't provide cover, right?
Yeah,
there's no cover.
I think he might
orange.
just stay there.
Yeah, because where he is now, he's got the helicopter for me and then the yellow tree thing for you.
All right, next guy. He's gonna the guy at the top.
He's gonna
look for cover. Then he's gonna try and maybe heal up people, and then he's gonna disorient people. Yeah. All right. So
he just go here.
I guess it's the best cover he's gonna get.
None of them are damaged, so there's no heal. And then 2 disorients to someone.
So disorients now. Does it disorient anyone? What's the range of that? Let's see if we can find this disorient.
To place disorient tokens on enemies, the acting character needs line of sight.
Line of sight. Okay.
And if a number is over the icon, it represents multiple disoriented counters. So he's got 2.
I think he can. He's got line of sight to Duke.
He's got line of sight to all of us. Yeah, because none of us are blocked by. Oh yeah,
the black thing is blocking.
So Scarlet's safe. Scarlet is in the optimal position right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's right. The red doesn't actually block it, but it's a heavy cover. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So us two. So we're both disoriented. But that's all right because was he the last guy to go? Oh no. Hold on.
So which one of us does he disorient though?
Highest aggro. If there's ever a choice, I think it's highest.
Oh, that's right. Which I have aggro 10.
And I have aggro
16.
16, sorry. So, yeah.
So 2 disorient tokens on you.
Right. Okay. Now, where are these disorient tokens? They're over here. Yep. There we go.
And then lastly, these 2 goons.
Yep.
They're the only thing between us and freedom.
All right, here they come. They're like, sorry, we're late, boss. Okay. So first one is going to take a shot, then he's going to move, then he's going to shoot. So, So he basically shoots from where he is.
That's the Cobra officer.
Oh, did I grab the wrong one? Sorry. Yeah. Whoops. He's really running fast. He's like,
+2 to get to melee range.
So, and their movement is
+2. So
+2. So 3, 4,
5, 6.
5, 6. Is it 7? +2 here, +2 up here because they've got the advantage, and then.
So it would be.
You got movement. 4. 2 here. Yeah.
2 from the movement, 2 from the Cobra. So that's 4.
Sorry, I was reading
the attack, which is 6. But then he's also within 5 of blood, who's giving him.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
oh wow. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing is this still
6,
the same?
7. No, they're separate because they're on
7. Yeah.
It's like switching from one bush to another.
Yeah.
So 6, 7. 8.
8. Yep. Okay. And
then
then
he'll
I
attempt to
guess
shoot.
take a shot. What's their range? They've got. Oh, sorry. What colors are they using? Red and green. All right. Red and
So,
green
8.
should not be seen. All right.
They physically
Oopsie.
cannot reach.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
roll
they can hit either of us, right? We're way too far away.
But look at how many bushes he.
Wow.
He would have done a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And
that
then the last-
one red die would have killed my dog.
yeah, that would have been a one shot.
And then he'll
This guy's moving, and then he's moving again.
So same deal. This guy's got
Yeah.
8 movement. Or no, this one doesn't have a +2, so 6 movement.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then he'll make the attack, which
He'll make the attack.
same deal. I don't think he can
Same
reach.
deal, but then he'll try and move again, will he? With a
Yeah,
+1.
with a +1, so 7.
Is this 7? 1,
1,
2,
2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say he wants to stay out of the Croc infested water as long as possible.
And now we win.
Now we
All
win!
right.
Yay! We take off in the chopper, and I slump myself across the back of the bike. And
You are so close to dead.
yeah, or at least wounded, right? Yeah, I was very, very close there.
Oof.
So yeah, very cool. Well, what did you guys think? Oh, it looks like Ryan's.
Hey, there he is.
Says this looks amazing.
Hey, Ryan.
I don't know, Ryan, if you caught this from the very beginning, but I want to make an apology to all the folks out there that I know we probably had a very slow start, sort of thing, like just trying to interpret some of the rules and stuff like that. So apologies for that. I will put timestamps and stuff in the video to sort of like show when gameplay starts, so you could just skip.
Can one of the timestamps be called "Dog Dies"?
Yeah. But what if Ryan hasn't watched this? It's spoilers. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Ryan. What did you guys think? I know Nelly, you sort of gave us some thoughts and stuff last time we played, sort of thing. But I think maybe let's start with Andrew. This is your first time playing, and then Nelly and I can sort of give a bit of our thoughts with this new mission and some of the different mechanics and that sort of thing as well. So
yeah. Sure. Well, I definitely want to give some roses to OC Games because they put together like some really nice looking stuff over here. First of all, the aesthetic choice of having the character cards be the little file things that used to come on the back of an action figure, like there's A+++. That's I love that so much. I think it's really neat that the Cobra troopers there, just because they all belong to the same family, like those 2 techno guys aren't doing the exact same thing. I love that each one gets a different card to play. It really helps lessen the feeling of I am fighting robots. It really helps make them feel like individual guys who are reacting to us in different ways. That one guy who decided to regroup, I'm like, that guy's a little more afraid than his friend who's also a purple Viper, right? It makes it feel just that much more human. Your enemies are that much more realistically engaged with what's happening.
Yeah, totally.
It's also such a great breath of fresh air. I feel like when it comes to, I guess this would be classified as a dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
I
think so. I don't know, like Imperial Assault and stuff, like I think I would call them, like, there's not sort of like the exploring as in like opening up new tiles as you go along, like you see the whole thing out, but that's the same as in say Gloomhaven and stuff like that, and they're still considered dungeon crawls sort of thing. I would jungle crawl.
Jungle crawl. Well, exactly, and that's exactly the flower I want to give here for OC is that I feel like in the world of board games, you most of the time, like 90% of the time, you're either getting I'm in a medieval tomb or I'm on a spaceship. So it's such a nice breath of fresh air to see people in a jungle. And there's a helicopter and there's a guy with crocodiles and he's got a like the flavor of this particular dungeon crawl is a refreshing flavor. And I love that they didn't take the easy way out and just said, you are in a generic facility shooting Cobra guys. No, they put us in a jungle, and they gave it that flavor of we really feel like we're on this recon mission. Like we felt like Rambo in those first few moves. Stealthily going through those bushes. And then the whole fear of like not wanting to upset the Crocs was very cool. So I got to give them super props for pulling together this campaign mission. And if the rest of the campaign missions are, if this is representative of the rest of them, then I think anybody who wants just a great campaign story is going to be in wonderful hands.
Yeah.
Now I know this is just me. This is just a weird thing that I like, but I love what you've done with the paint jobs on these minis, on these virtual. I know that most people like to paint anyway, so most companies are just like, yeah, here's gray, go nuts. But I mean, OC Games, if you want to do something like this, or even like something as simple as all the Cobra guys are blue and all the Joes are green, I think that would work nicely. But what do I know? But altogether, I think they made a really sweet game here. And I mean, Ryan's comment, this looks amazing. He's the biggest G.I. Joe fan I know. So if that's his takeaway, then OC, you have done your job. Like, you nailed it.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point about I think for usability, when you have so many different troops activating and things like that, and you have to sort of, because I have seen some comments about folks that said, they don't like that all the individual troopers get like a different deck and they all activate differently because it's too fiddly. And I agree that, it adds a certain level of fiddliness to it, but I personally hope they keep what they've got here because I think it really does give that personality to it. It, like you said, it makes it feel like you're not playing against sort of robots. It creates a little bit of a story and gives them personality. You know, the guy diving, but like in my head, I'm picturing like this guy sort of like diving back behind the barrels or behind the tree and sort of like breathing heavily as he like pants as he tries to take his breath after sort of ducking around and doing something. So that's really cool. I hope, and I've seen people say, it should all be controlled by an app and that sort of stuff. And I know there's people out there that love the apps and stuff like that, but I really, personally, I hope this does not use the app because I don't like using apps and stuff. I find, and I think another thing for the apps people talked about, like, we shouldn't be able to see the whole scenario laid out from the beginning. Nothing is a surprise, right? Like, so we knew from the get-go to make a plan around Croc Master and all this sort of stuff, right? We knew what was coming. And there's something to be said for people liking dungeon crawls that have that sort of like you start on a single tile and then you sort of draw a tile and see what comes up next or whatever it is, randomize the thingy. But I think that's just, you just sort of go into this knowing, okay, well, that's not this type of game. This game sort of sets the scene. I think having played through that first mission a couple of times, I don't think it loses replayability that quickly. I think playing through with different Joes and stuff, and the fact that the Cobra guys all act differently every turn means you're going to get a different flavor happening as well. So I don't think you need that much. I don't think there needs to be like, oh no, we need to get rid of these cards, to make things more streamlined. I think these are fine. I think they're more manageable, especially if you're not sort of running through a live stream and trying to explain everything as you go along. If you're internalizing a lot of this yourself and you've played it and stuff, I don't think it's going to be as bad. But because there is that, I do think that, having some differentiation between the models would be handy, especially if all the soldiers sort of have similar sort of silhouettes and stuff like that. So that would be cool. And like you said, even if it's just a difference between the Joes and the Cobras, but even if you had like maybe elite Cobras like one shade of blue, and like the lesser Cobras are, so maybe your Techno Vipers and your Heat Vipers and your this and that Vipers are all purple, but at least you could tell, that's an elite guy, I need to pay attention to that one, like, a Viper is this color, so it's different to those guys, sort of thing. So that could be a good thing, sort of thing. But I think that's handy. And just for folks at home, if you're watching and you do get this this mod, it's as simple as going in here and right-clicking on the character and going down to color tint, and then you can choose your colors for them and stuff. So
That's so
and
cool.
if you want to, you could have pink Vipers or orange Crocs or whatever. You know, you can change it up. But that's cool. So yeah, what about yourself, Nelly? Like, what did you think either about the game itself now, like after having played a couple times now, or in particular, like what do you think of this mission and what little additions that they've added to it, like little nuances that we didn't really get to play around with last time? Have you got any? What are your thoughts?
So just kind of echoing everything that's already been said, I do really enjoy this game. Especially now that I've done 2 missions, and the first one, even like knowing that these stealth rules exist, like that first mission, you're not doing stealthily.
Yeah, no,
because like you can like take out the 2 dudes outside stealthily potentially, but like once you get inside, there's no cover. You're like, so that one you kind of have to do guns blazing. So it's really cool to see like a mission that's actually kind of like designed to be stealthily. You know, I'm not sure whether or not we did the crocodile thing correctly, or if we're supposed to all activate at the beginning. But beyond that, like this was also just and this is credit to them, a significant, like a way smoother run than our first one.
Yeah,
and obviously now we have like the knowledge of that first one, but there were just also a lot less of like, okay, what does this mean? Like it only really came up like 3 times, as opposed to the previous one where like we had a lot of questions, and then to their credit, they made a lot of updates in response to those. But then the other thing that I personally I'm a sucker for story modes, quote unquote, like in board games. So I really am a big fan of this mission thing. And one of the things I noticed while you guys were talking was that if we win or lose, the story still continues.
That's right. Yes.
For this mission specifically, if we lose, we're captured and we move on to mission 5, where we have to escape the Cobra prison.
Yeah, so it actually sort of branches out. So yeah, we're either captured or not, sort of things. That's really
I am cool a huge sucker for stuff like that. Like I love like campaign modes in board games, and then if like the campaign like splits into multiple paths. I love that. And then now that we've tried Snake Eyes, I also genuinely like the different feel that all the characters have.
Yes,
like, we kind of sped through this mission like faster than we did the previous one, but I feel like if I was Roadblock instead of Snake Eyes,
we would have been dragging the chain, I think.
Yeah, like with my movement of 2, I think we would have just literally like every 2 shots just shoot somebody.
Yeah, because
like
he only. Well, sorry, I was going to say he only shoots. He only speeds up when he's shooting. So if we wanted him to be going fast, we would have been alerting everybody on the map.
So like it just seeing just how the different combination of heroes would make that experience, because like even if Diversion was able to join us today, we would have had a roadblock. We would have had a person only moving 2, triggering like every crocodile.
And there would have been a few more Cobra troops and stuff around too.
And he's got like the worst stealth out of all. So just like seeing the different like combinations and permutations.
Yeah,
like it's a really cool experience. Like I would like to see, where this goes. And if we do more of these in the future, I'm 100% down for it, and I will try to keep the dog alive.
That's a storyline. I think there should be a thing where, like, now the dog is died, we have to do a different mission.
If you won mission 4, if you lost mission 5, if the dog died, mission
6.
X,
payback time or something.
And you mentioned combinations, Nelly, and I think that's another cool thing too, for people wondering whether, to back this game, like coming at it from my United fanboy perspective, the idea of endless modularity. Yeah. If somebody, and Ryan, chime in if you feel this way too, somebody who's a huge fan of G.I. Joe and they know the mythology and all the characters. I mean, I'm assuming Croc Master is kind of a level 1 boss kind of Cobra, hence him being here. But you know, I think of somebody who pledges for this game and they get all the characters that they love, and when they're through with the story, they can make their own modular scenario based on what they feel like, and they could say, hey, you know what? Let's take Sergeant Slaughter and Scarlet and Flint, and let's have them go up against a scenario where it's Crocmaster and Serpentor, and see what that's like. And you have the freedom to do that, I feel like, pretty easily. Like, I don't think there's, from what I've seen, there's nothing that's going to restrict you from making your own story, whether you want to save that after the fact or before. So people who like that modular stuff, that you're going to get that treat is in this box, it looks like.
Yeah, and like, you know, so like you could have your Destro, you know, you could was it Destro and Baroness would probably be, you know, two Cobra characters that we, you know, might show up in a scenario together, sort of thing. And it'd be cool to sort of have Joes that often sort of came up against them, like Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, or, you know, those sorts of things as well. So yeah, having that combo, and also just getting to try it, and not just that as well, but like the trying out, like, so I was, you know, umming and ahhing whether to take this combat knife or take a grenade launcher or a missile launcher or whatever. Like, and imagine like how much different the team would have felt if, like, once things start going, then Duke just starts firing missiles in all directions. You know, I think even the weapon loadouts really changed. Like, for example, Snake Eyes. If Nelly had taken a silent weapon,
if it took my katana,
the
katana, giant thing in my hand,
or Ninja Stars, you know, that would have maybe played out like, because we were really sort of waiting to do anything with Snake Eyes, because as soon as he did anything, it was going to be like, all right, well, you know, things are up. But there was the potential that he could have maybe even snuck in and tried to take out Crocmaster, you know, without waking up the guards or whatever, and things like that. So that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think there's going to be so much. I think, you know, if this is one of those, and, you know, hopefully, you know, being a Gamefound campaign, if this is one of those things where we get stretch goals and bits and pieces, like, the more stuff, obviously, I think the more value, you know, obviously, you know, the more stuff you get, the more value you get. But like, I think it's going to be like an exponential thing, you know, like having all, you know, lots of different weapon kit outs, lots of different Joes. Like, I think we saw that Bazooka is like a free, if you follow the campaign early, you get Bazooka as a free add-on or something like that. So even having a character like Bazooka, like, what's he going to bring to the mix? Or, you know, Chuckles. I'd love to see the undercover agent guy Chuckles, and see if he like blends in with the Cobra Troopers, even though he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. So I think that's a big thing. I wonder, and talk about different modes and stuff, like you mentioned, like, oh, you know, being able to create your own, like, yeah, like maybe, you know, because like this will be like a Massive Darkness or a Zombicide or whatever, where it's one of those games where they give you set scenarios. Like, there's only so many Zombicide scenarios, right? It's not like you in the book that you generally make up your own ones. But I believe, are there some of the Zombicides, or is there ever like a Zombicide that has like here's a Zombicide mission generator or something like that? Or
I think Gloomhaven lets you do that. Gloomhaven gives you some cards that say, like, here's how to generate a random dungeon.
Yeah. So that could be an interesting option as well.
I know there's a fan one.
I was going to say, otherwise, I'm sure fans will probably come up with stuff, you know. But I have seen a lot of people, and again, this is one of those things where I'm like, I want to acknowledge that lots of people have been asking this, so, you know, so that OC, and I'm sure OC games are aware of this, because it's all throughout the Gamefound thing. But there's a lot of people who seem to be massive Cobra fans, and just about every second comment is like, put Cobra in this, or I'm not backing. Put Cobra in this, and they really, really want a one versus many version of this game. They want someone controlling Cobra, and then the other players play as the Joes. So there's people that want that. There's also seems to be just as many people that are calling for a skirmish mode, because famously Imperial Assault, as well as being a dungeon crawl, had a full system of rules where you could play it as almost like a little war game, where one player controlled the good guys, one player controlled the bad guys, I believe. I've never played that, so I don't know how that worked or anything, but that seems to be a thing that people are asking for. There's a lot of competitive people out there. They want this to either be a skirmish game, or they want to be like the evil overlord, Cobra Commander, and play as the bad guys. And I have seen a couple of people asking for cooperative mode, just where you play as the Cobra forces against a mission against the Joes or whatever, right? As well. And as much as like, yeah, that's cool, and if they can sort of work it out without removing what they've already got here, I'd be on board with that. It's just that, like, I would never play that. Like, I personally, but this is no reason not to do it, sort of thing. But personally, I have zero interest in playing one versus many games. I don't like them. I never like being the dungeon master, and I don't play with enough people that there's enough people where there's like a decent amount of people playing the heroes and one person playing the dungeon guy. I'm not really interested in playing this as a skirmish game again, because I don't really play those games, sort of thing. So I really, really love what they've created here, like the way, because it is a fully AI system. Like they've got, yes, some folks might say it's fiddly, but I really like this card system and what it creates. And I like the fact that because they've got the story, like, you know, they can create this sort of story mode, like Nellie's saying, that, you know, create this sort of tale that they're telling through the cooperative mode. I like that it's just cooperative. These are the styles of games I like. And so when I saw this being advertised, and it's like, it's a cooperative game, I'm like, wow, it's you know, this is what I want, sort of thing. So I hope that they, and I don't imagine they would, because I'm sure they've put a lot of work into this already, but I hope they don't like pivot and then put all their efforts into changing this to suit a one versus many game, sort of thing. So apologies to all the folks out there that really do want that, because I know there's a lot of folks that do. So apologies that I'm sort of advocating not for that, but I hope, my hope is essentially that we don't lose what we've already got to cater for that. I would hate to see this game go from what is, I think, really awesome at the moment, to something that I would probably not back, because I would not use it if I couldn't play the cooperative side of things, or if the cooperative side wasn't robust as it is now, sort of thing. So but yeah, but OC Games, you know, I'm sure you are aware, but you should be aware that there are a lot of people advocating for Cobra. They want to play as Cobra, so that's just something we should acknowledge, I guess, sort of thing. But yeah, I hope it doesn't go that way in the, you know, at the cost of this cooperative mode, sort of thing. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys like those sort of slightly competitive versions of dungeon crawls and stuff? Have you ever played those? Or
not really for me, and I'm definitely not a fan of skirmish games. They just, if they all feel the same to me, like just walk to the middle of the board and fight. I was very excited back when CMON was announcing that they were making a He-Man game, and then it ended up being a skirmish game, and I was like, okay. But yeah, I definitely prefer this. If you're going with a crawler like this, a jungle crawl, yeah, I like the idea of having just everybody team up against Cobra, because that does make you feel like the Joes. They're all about teamwork. They're all about using everybody's strengths. However, I feel like you could easily have a player control Cobra same way supervillain mode lets you control a villain in United, right? Just have maybe somebody pick up 2 Cobra cards and then choose which one to activate.
Which one,
I think that's an easy fix, and it wouldn't compromise the integrity of the game, because you're right, they shouldn't do that.
Yeah, so and that's what I'm hoping. Like, so for the folks, I'm not trying to say no, like we don't want this at all, sort of thing. But yeah, hopefully they can work out a way. And I think they've sort of acknowledged that, like, they responded in one of their updates. They said something about, like, yes, this game has been designed to be a cooperative and that sort of thing. And it's almost, I couldn't quite tell whether they were saying, like, after this campaign down the track, we might do some expansions with Cobra stuff or not, but they did seem to acknowledge that something like that, it wasn't quite clear exactly which, I don't think, might be in the works. But at the moment, like, the focus of this campaign, I think, will be cooperative, sort of thing. So but folks can check that out on the Gamefound page and see where they talked about that. Yeah, so actually, I wonder if let me sorry guys, don't want to keep you too long, but I'll stop sharing. Let's present. Let's go into the Gamefound page, share screen, and I think it was this one, G.I. Joe tab. Okay. All right, so you guys should be able to see the Joe page again now. If I go to, I think it was in update, maybe update to. Oh, wait, I've clicked on a different link. Did I just disappear?
Nope,
No,
you're still here.
Yeah, okay, we're good. All right. I'm still not really sure how that thing worked last time, where I was completely disappearing off the thing. But you guys tell me if I go astray here. All right. So if I click on this, all right, this is. I think it was in this second update. Can you guys still see?
Yep.
All right. So let's scroll down and see what they actually said. So they give a bit of a update on. I think this is where they said it. They've got. They go through a little bit of a thing about Snake Eyes. And then they go through some stuff about Scarlet. Okay, and then maybe was it this one? Major Blood. No. All right. Well, let's look at. Let's look at. Oops. Let's look at. Is everything going all right? Have we gone off?
Oh no, I was reading the link that you're on. And I just saw that Snake Eyes, when he's wounded, becomes more dangerous. I was like, hold on, wait a second.
Yeah, actually, maybe on that other side, maybe he gets.
That's what I was like, what do I do on the other side?
Yeah. So let's have a look at. Maybe let's check the first update then. Riveting. YouTube channel. Here we go. Missions and campaign mode. So here, let's read this. So G.I. Joe Operation Cobra provides the best elements of tactical board games with an innovative automa system. Players step into the role of G.I. Joe operatives, working together with streamlined turn-based decisions. Opposing them are Cobra forces, fully controllable by the game itself. No external app or dedicated player is needed to manage the villains, and I hope that stays. In G.I. Joe Operation Cobra, all players unite on the same team of heroes, while Cobra actions are determined by automatic card-driven systems, how each unit that dictates how they behave. Missions and campaign mode. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so the campaign and standalone missions are always G.I. Joe versus Cobra. There is no PvP mode. As a fully cooperative game, this focus defines the core experience. But it says here, however, expansions are planned where players can take on the roles of Cobra characters against G.I. Joe, reversing the roles.
Beautiful.
So that's it's the only thing I'm not clear about there is when is it like expansions during this campaign or after this campaign? So I don't want to sort of get people excited and say it's definitely coming. Maybe OC Games can provide a little bit more clarity there down the track when they're ready to announce that. But it says here, at that point, PvP rules may become available. Nonetheless, so at that point, PvP rules may become available. So I guess what it's saying is, the way I read that is, okay, so what they're planning on doing is having an expansion where they have a bunch of missions where you play as Cobra against the preset mission where the bad guys are G.I. Joe, right? But then they might also, that might give them the freedom to actually have, like, put in a proper dedicated skirmish mode or something like that sort of thing. So, yeah. Expansion missions are fully compatible with the core game and can be integrated at various points within the main campaign or alternate. So, yeah. And then they talk a little bit about the that automated behavior system, which I think, yeah, like some people might find it, there's too many cards. Like that's one thing is, okay, that's a lot of cards to print off, right? But I think it's cool. And I've seen people say, don't have cards for every type of trooper, like have cards. Just have maybe have a basic trooper card and have like a elite trooper card and so on if you're going to have different cards. But I really like that each individual type of trooper is going to have its own cards. I think that helps create that flavor that we were talking about. Sort of thing. So, yes, it comes at the cost of, okay, environmentally, that's going to be more cards and stuff like that. And yes, it's a little bit more overhead on the players to control and stuff. But I think these... as evidence to the contrary, because I know that I probably wasn't the best at sort of understanding these straight away at first. It's just my ineptitude sort of thing. But I think Nelly showed that he was pretty across these pretty quickly and was able to internalize them pretty quickly. So as soon as they came up, we resolved those, or he resolved those pretty quickly, sort of thing. He was able to sort of lead us through those. So I think it just is one of those things, as you're learning a game, you sort of get there, sort of thing. So I will jump out of that. So present mode. There we go. So well, thank you very much, guys. That was good fun. OC Games, again, thank you very much for providing us this sneak preview sort of mission. So folks, keep an eye out in the next, I don't know, couple of days or weeks, or however long it will take them to sort of make this ready. But it was really nice of them to sort of like give us this opportunity to show it off and that sort of thing as well. And I should mention, in terms of take my opinions and stuff with a grain of salt, because even though I have no affiliation with the company, I'm not getting paid for this or anything like that. Like, they've been in contact with me via email and offered to share this link so that we could show this off and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of a relationship there, sort of thing. So take that with a grain of salt. But that's why I wanted to sort of get you guys your opinions on the game and what you thought coming into it fresh, either yourself, Andrew, or Nelly. But I think it was good fun, and we escaped the jungle, so that's cool. We just left a dog behind. That's shameful experience. Maybe Roadblock can pick it up on the way out. We're like, hey, Roadblock, can you find
the
your own
dog
way
has
out?
his own mission to break out of the prison now.
Yeah.
Or maybe he leads a revolution of the Crocs, and like leads this Croc army out of the jungle.
I like this.
That'd be cool. But that was very cool. So but before we go, what have you guys got in the works? What are you working on? Anything we should be keeping an eye out for? What about yourself, Nelly?
Hi. I can usually be found on the scene on Discord. I make a lot of homebrew United stuff for Lord knows how many universes at this point. Currently doing a lot of Castlevania stuff,
Nice.
which has been a lot of fun because I've gone through like the Netflix series. Like, it started off as like the Netflix series, and then I kind of like dove into like all the different Castlevania games, which have been really cool. Just kind of seeing characters throughout time. I think I just made like my 7th Belmont because there's so many. But yeah, so you can usually find me there. All of my stuff is free on Tabletop Simulator. And yeah, that's me. Hi.
Fantastic. And Andrew, where can folks find you, or what are you up to?
Oh boy, you can find me on Digital Charcuterie, where I'm talking about Marvel United. I do deep dives into every expansion box and talk about exactly what you can find and whether it's worth your investment, depending on what you like. You can also find me on my Andrew Fantasia channel. I will get to the Fanny Awards soon. It might be tough this year because the workload is crazy, but I do want to do a Fanny Awards because 2024 had some pretty good movies. But most importantly, you can find me on Amazon. Namely, you can find my novels on Amazon. I'm a self-published fantasy author. Hey-o! There are no dogs who die in this book, I promise.
Awesome.
Sold.
But wait a minute. What about the follow-up book?
Well, the follow-up book gets pretty dark. That I can't make it. But this series is called We Were Wizards, and these are the first 2 books to read. Even though this is book 11, you're still supposed to read it second. I promise it all makes sense. And you can even technically read this one first and then this as a prequel, if that's what floats your boat. I wrote it to be kind of interchangeable like that. But yes, it's a good old-fashioned fantasy adventure with lots of magic and mystery and a whole lot of world building. I know lots of fantasy folks are into that, so there you go.
Fantastic. And we should give a special shout out to Ryan as well.
Yes.
Because where can you could do this by proxy for Ryan, Andrew. Where can folks find Ryan as well?
So Ryan, you can find him. Oh, Ryan, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but
oh no, I put pressure on you.
He streams for Xbox, and I believe it's Xbox. xboxlive.com/Game Pass, but don't take my word for that. But he and I also do an MCU podcast. We had a long hiatus because it was a long year last year, but we should be getting back into it at least in time for Captain America. So that's on the Rebel Scum Podcast Network, and our show is called Infinity Rewatch.
Awesome. Yeah. Very cool. And myself, Most recently, in terms of game, Marvel United and the stuff that I sort of mostly host on this channel. I have been making Major Blood. Actually, I've been making because that's my biggest project at the moment, is working on GI Joe United. So I've just been making a villain of Major Blood. Got the cool artwork from Irwin Thunder as well. He's looking very cool. Finally built him all up, put him into Tabletop Simulator, and as Nelly can attest, his first pass of the rules do not work at all. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and fix him up a bit. I've still got the general idea for him, but I'm just going to have to tweak how he works a little bit, tweak some of the rules and stuff to make him a bit more of a balanced game. But Nelly we played the first game and we wiped the floor with him very quickly. And then I played a second game and got absolutely annihilated within a couple of turns too. So we're definitely going to have to do some ironing out. I mean, we could have him just be super swingy, but I don't think that's the aim of the game. So yeah, so don't let folks tell you that homebrewers don't play test their stuff and iron it out before we put it out there. So he's not ready for release yet, but he's on the way. But he's got a very cool weapon deck that I'm very excited for and stuff. I like how that works. So just have to make it a little bit more balanced and stuff, I think. So that's cool. I want to give a shout out to, I think his name is Cataphract on the Marvel United or Simon United Discord. He has just made a Cthulhu Death May Die mod for United as well, a sort of total sort of separate standalone thing. So it's not designed to be integrated with Marvel United, but it's designed to be like mash the two together and be its own game. But it's a lot of fun. I played a game. Been printing the stuff out all weekend sort of thing, but I played a game the other day and it was a lot of fun. Really works well. Very cool, very tight scenario sort of thing. So excited to keep diving into that and maybe doing probably the next playthrough video I do will probably feature that. So that's probably the next video to look out for. And speaking of Cthulhu Death May Die and things like that, that's the other major thing I guess I've been working on. Is I've picked up a lot of dungeon crawls in the last couple of months, guys. I've got I picked up, because I've been excited about the new Massive Darkness 2 campaign coming out, and I'd played the original or number 2 with a friend. So I ordered the first Kickstarter all-in thing from like one of those places that you can get the Kickstarter. You can order them sort of like they back it or whatever, and then you can order the stuff. So I've got the full set of Massive Darkness 2. So I've been playing through that. In anticipation of probably backing the next one. Although now I've got so much this first season, I'm like, well, maybe I don't need that next season. But
yeah,
anyway,
there's a lot in those.
So
but I was looking at that and like there's some cool stuff in there. Like there's a centaur character, and I was like, okay, you have my attention.
Cool. Yeah, so that was like when I played it with my mate, I was like, oh, even just like the generic barbarian guy, like his like all their little asymmetric ways that use them and stuff. Even his was fun and stuff. And the centaurs one with the archery, like the push you like with the bow and arrow sort of thing is like looks very cool. So so I've been playing a lot of that, and I've been playing a lot of these games with the hopes of trying to see if you guys as in yourselves and the folks out there would be interested in seeing different gameplay from me and stuff like that, and whether or not I can make videos that actually are entertaining to watch, as in you can see what's happening. So because I don't have the proper camera set up and all that sort of stuff, the proper top-down views and like looking at cards on a separate screen and stuff. But I did just run that Tidal Blades 2. That was another dungeon crawl I got recently. So I did post a video on that, didn't I? Yeah, gameplay video
and it looked great, man. Like you showed everything. Everything looked awesome.
Yeah, so like probably ideal. You could zoom in and see those grids and stuff a bit better and all that sort of stuff. But I think just in general, like I don't do that for Marvel United, even though it's a much simpler sort of overhead system. But if people still enjoyed watching it, and as long as I describe it well enough and what's happening and that sort of stuff, I think that could work. So I'm sort of more encouraged now after that video to maybe tackle some more of these games like Marvel Zombies and what's the other one I've been playing? Yeah, Cthulhu Death May Die, the actual game rather than the United sort of mashup of it as well. So if folks are interested in that, I might sort of try and mix those in a little bit more with the regular Marvel United content. So yeah, that's what's going on with us at the Meeple Monkey. So, and of course, would love to sort of as this campaign progresses, whether we get more stuff on Tabletop Simulator, and certainly I don't know, about a year or two's time when the stuff, the pledge comes through and stuff, would love to sort of get some of this GI Joe stuff to the table as well, because like Ryan, I'm a massive fan of GI Joe, even hailing from Oz. It was my big toy thing. I think I did a video, like a live stream a little while ago, talking about like just my history with it and stuff, so I won't bore folks with that now, but yeah, very excited to see all the Joe stuff. Yeah, so very cool. If you have, like I said, if you've got questions, guys, leave them at this video, or probably better would be to go to the Gamefound page in the link, and pop your questions to OC Games if they've got any, and maybe potentially down the track we might even be able to do like host a live stream or something with maybe a representative from the OC Games, or designers or whatever it might be, and if you guys have got questions, we could do a bit of a Q&A or something like that as well. That would be fun as well. But yeah, in the meantime, hope you guys are having fun playing all whatever games you can get your hands on, and that's all from us, I think. So Meeple Monkey out. Whoa. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.